On today's episode of Let's Talk FGO, I hope you have your spooky, scary skeleton swing mix ready, because it's time to get spooked. Hello, I am one of your spooky hosts, Omega, and I will eventually be a skeleton. With me, as always, is other spooky host, Lucky. Does he know he has a skeleton inside him right now? Spooky.
I mean, I've never seen it, so you can't prove nothing.
Well, actually, if you think about it, I've had dental x-rays the past couple of years. I'm pretty sure I've got some bones in there. Alright, skeleton jokes aside, hi, welcome to Let's Talk FGO. In case you can't tell, part of this episode will be taken up by talking about Halloween. The other part of this episode will be taken up by the Saber Wars II pregame, because this is the year that one time that we decided Halloween was about space.
Space.
Which, to be fair, I was an astronaut one year for Halloween. I had a bubble helmet and everything. We made the front screen out of a cut-up soda bottle.
I remember I was a ninja one year, and I kicked a dude in the nuts.
Nice.
Good times.
Very ninja of you.
I know, right? But, with that, though, I hope everyone is enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka Friendship with Servants are is over. Friendship with Dragon Maids is eternal. And while we here at Studio Mega like to bring you the latest FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events for both the JP and EA version of the games, so anyone not wanting spoilers should prepare to feel the cosmos. Oh, they're here. My Dragon Maids, that is, yes!
I feel the cosmos. And, if everybody is not humming... Na 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 copyright strike. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure humming and other such covery type sounds don't work, but we like to make the joke. Also, that made some great sound waves. But yes, hello, we have many things to talk about. Hopefully this show will be up in a more timely manner. I'm gonna just finish doing the audio and stuff and fuck off and go get a shower and do other things. Maybe I'll read and let my computer just chug away at it. Rather than what I did last week, which was I immediately hung out for an extra hour or two with the Yu-Gi-Oh group. But then I went to fucking bed for 4 more hours and the video still wasn't done, so I don't know. Comme ça. If you are curious, though, there was a Let's Talk FGO last week. You may not have recognized it because Lucky banged up his shoulder, so I did a retro thumbnail. But it does exist. It came out a little late. You should check it out, because there's actually some interesting stuff in there. But also a lot of faffing. Hopefully we will do less of that this week. But, to move on from the faff, let's shout out our patrons real quick. Our patrons include Adam DeHarp, Aka Comics, Akazumi, Architect 10, Blaster G, Carlos, Dragon, Ferris, Jeremy Vasquez, Jonathan Sandoval, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Richard Raptor, Rogue Robin, Sharver, Shiny P, Some Guy Named Bob, and Siren23. If you like what we do and want to see more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies, and it really helps us out. Thank you for your support, everybody.
Thank you.
I'm going to close this tab now. The tab of the Speed Force. Alright, well, if we're speeding, we're forcing. Ooh, I got some master missions cleared off doing that interlude. Yay.
Yay.
And now my MHX is stronger for the upcoming event. Boom, I'll tell you about that later. Haha.
Haha.
You thought I was faffing, but no, it was an illusion. It was foreshadowing. Or as the CinemaSins guy says, whose videos I have literally never watched and will never watch, but I like the memes. Foreshadowing. Anyway, let's check in with everybody's favorite Kohai. Mesh.
Senpai, 起きてください.
That's right, everybody. At 4 minutes in, it's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, regular segment for pro tips. I got a pretty basic one. So, this does matter because there are some people out there who are bamboozled, consternated, polaxed, other such words, other classic Americana, that Saber Wars II not only has not started right after Oniland, but hasn't even been announced right after Oniland. We are moving ahead with the CE campaign, spoilers. But I want to let you know, you don't need to worry about being suddenly blasted by Saber Wars II. There is a pre-release campaign that has to come out first, because it involves a banner and some other things that cycle up in front of that, which are actually kind of important. Like, it lets you build up some gold apples and stuff, you know. The usual thing for after a big event. And I'm sure with the raids having just happened, people will want apples and stuff to, get in there. But also, MHX is on this banner. She is a bonus servant. She has a costume and a skill upgrade in this event. Again, spoilers for the pregame. You'll forget it by the hour and a half it'll take us to get there. But that's there if you're interested in that kind of thing. I have no need, because I've gotten NP2 MHX off Lucky Bags. So, hooray. Thumbs up,
Hooray.
Everybody. Alright, we have no records and no evil. As you would expect, the post-raid Oniland haze is a lot like the haze after you've been on a roller coaster. You just kind of want to sit down for a while. Unless you're that one guy who, I'm sure it was staged, but I've seen that one funny video of the guy basically just constantly passing out and waking up on the roller coaster with the Windows wake up and shutdown sound. It's great. But alright, let us power on through to Did You Finish Your Master Missions? If you stopped farming after the raids, probably not. But to finish your Master Missions this week, you need to defeat 3 Knight-class servants. That's Saber, Archer, Lancer. You need to defeat 3 Cavalry-class servants. That's those other 4 guys. Defeat 20 enemies, not servants or bosses. Defeat 40 enemies, not servants or bosses. Defeat 15 humanoid enemies, and put a caster in your party and do a quest 5 times. So, have done the event! You can't really do the event anymore, it's over! You're gonna have to do dailies, I guess. Yeah, it's not really complex, but if you were still going ham on the event, you probably got fine, and if you weren't, just do some dailies. Remember to throw your favored battery caster for 3-turn farming in there, you'll be fine.
Fine.
So, I think with all that out of the way, let's move to the news, the big one. The theme for this week's episode. So, FGO JP news, because it started first. The Halloween Trilogy, starting on 10/6, going to All Hallows Eve. 10/31. Halloween. So, it's time for a kind of main interlude kind of thing for Halloween, kind of. No word whether this actually counts as a main interlude and you can permanently do this stuff after for Rare Prisms. I don't think that's been clear. I will say, pre-warning, preface, there seems to be a little bit of lack of clarity about how this event is handled. I'll talk about it later, but there was some confusing wording in the OG announcement of the lead up to Halloween. And there's some stuff that I haven't seen clarified. I don't know if that's just incomplete translation or if FGO has being around for 6 years means they have a boilerplate for literally everything and never change it. So, I don't know. But basically, there are main quest nodes you will complete in a series. They're based on the main story highlights of the Liz trilogy. Completing them, you will obtain some Saint Quartz, a grail, a free grail, by the way. If you've already gotten all your copies of the Welfares, you get Rare Prisms like normal, but this is not, grail is not replaced by a lore. This is a free grail. It's great.
Nice.
And you get 1 copy each of Caster Liz, Brave Liz, and 1 Mecha Ellie of your choice, as well as all of their Ascension mats. So, you do one quest that's 3 or 4 nodes for Halloween 1, you get a Caster Liz, and you get all of her Ascension items. So, alright, pretty cool, pretty straightforward. There seems to be a little bit of confusing wording in the OG announcement. It said, there would be no repeat questing and no item collection, by which it seems they mean to have meant there will be no currency drops or exchange, there will be no free quests or repeating main quests, it's all just story quests. That could have been phrased a little more clear, JP. Because there are fights. There are actual, nodes that you battle in here. And there's some mat drops. But there's no currency recurring, and you cannot redo the quest after you've passed it. So, there you go. During this time period, all Liz's have double EXP. Nice. The extra NP levels and the servant coins seem to be coming later, as they alluded. I assume that means that when we get an actual Halloween event, because this is not all those, that'll be the actual way to get the, whatchamacallits, extras. We also got a round of Liz buffs now that you can obtain them. That's right, it's the big Liz buffening.
Yay.
Every Liz gets a buff. You get a buff, you get a buff. This Liz has a buff under her chair already. So, Lancer Liz's torture technique has been improved. It now reduces everybody's defense. It removes their most recent buff and seals their skills. Skills their seals for 1 turn. Which in my mind is basically what torture technique would be if it came out in 2021 and not 2015? 16? When did FGO launch? What year? It's a lot of years ago. I think it was 16. 15? 16. For us it was later. That's still too many years ago. But yeah, so basically it's no longer a single target defense down. For a launch servant, 20% defense down on a skill was pretty reliable, but now it's kind of lackluster, so this is a pretty decent improvement, especially since she does have an AoE NP. The buff removal and skill ceiling does kind of help out Lancer Liz's current kit as well, because remember, her version of Bathory Ezrerbet has that chance to make your buffs miss effect on it, so this means that you can actually use Liz as kind of a lockdown character. Brave Liz, 3rd skill, now just costs 50% NP. That's it, that's all they changed.
That's it. Not the greatest.
No, not the best move. Now, admittedly, this is a little more useful because presumably you've got her at multi-NP levels or will soon, so you can be like, oh, I have 150 battery. I can spend 50 of it and still do an NP. And 50% battery is a lot easier to charge, you can give her a starting CE, you can have servants generate that amount. but it's still not ideal. Brave Liz probably needs some more work on that somewhere. Maybe not that skill directly, but she definitely needs some more of that than just only doing 50%. Little weak. Caster Liz's guts has been significantly enhanced. Now she has a 20-30% battery, which is good because she had one-hits art cards before. It also gives all enemies 50-100% more burn damage for 3 turns, which plays into her existing kit and also means you can probably do some funny setup things.
Uh-huh.
In addition, it's still a decent star bomb. I think it's like 15 stars. It's either 8 or 15, and then it's a decent guts, because, Liz never stops. And finally, Mecha Liz battery skill now gives you 15-25% crit stars. That's not a huge difference, but 25 is pretty significant, and arguably the Mecha Liz's were in the best position anyway. So, good, we're shaking out some stuff. Penth's costume, Amazoness CEO, has been brought back to the Rare Prism shop, as well as Robin's costume, his summer costume. It's pretty cool. So they're in the RP shop. You can unlock them again for like 1 Rare Prism. And also, there is a summon banner. And it's basically a rotation of every servant involved in Halloween and all the classic Halloween CEs. You missed out on that sweet, sweet redrop action? Well, now you can roll. And this is a huge list. Like, we were in the pre-show, Lucky looked up this list, turned to me virtually, and said, man, this is a huge list. This banner's big. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's big. Luckily, like I said, it is on rotation. I think you only have like 4 or 5 servants up at a single time. And also the CEs rotate for like each year. But yeah, no, it's pretty big. Big.
Oh, big.
I think probably the headliners there is Cleopatra gets a rate up since she's limited, right? Yeah, she's the only limited servant on the rate up. Everybody else is a permanente. It's interesting, they seem to have gone with, because Tomo's not really in the first Halloween event, Kat is. Mm-hmm. They seem to have gone with Vlad being the 5-star representative of Halloween 1. But, the CEs are back, you can get them all. You can get your shots at, Vanilla Liz, if you somehow don't have that one. And like I said, plenty of good CEs, so that's cool. This is really interesting. I would say this is arguably more interesting than what they did with Nerofest. This is just like that Nerofest was very much a rerun of a specific Nerofest. This is like, hey, so for the first 3 years of this game, we did this Halloween thing that some of you don't remember, because that's how long our game has been out. So here's just your complete recap package. God, holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen this many servant faces crammed into a banner image outside of, like, class-specific campaigns. Like, seriously, guys, patrons, I'm gonna post this to you. Look at how dense this is. Just crammed all those faces in there.
I find it hilarious that Liz is just way in the back.
Just way in the back of the top. Almost getting Carmella's weird head thing in her eye. What's the purpose of Carmella's weird head thing? We don't know. We just don't know. Shout out to Vlad, though, getting fucking top billing.
Mm-hmm.
Not even Osakabehime gets to rise to the front. It's Cleo and Vlad. But, yeah, I think that's all there is about that. But, in general, cool. I think it's cool. They're doing kind of this main interlude thing. You get to do the highlights of, like, all 3 events at once in sequence. It's pretty generous in terms of, like, I think there's, like, 1 quest for Halloween 1. So you do that, you get your 1 Liz, and you get all of her Ascension items right away, right?
Right.
Then for, like, Halloween 2, you get a temporary Brave Liz and, like, 1 of her Ascension items, and then you do a couple more quests, and then you've got all 4, and you get your permanent Brave Liz. They kind of, like, keep the feel of how it went back in the day. You don't get Mecha Liz until the very end, but that's also how that event went. They have to, like, split it so you can pick which one you pick, but you get all 4 of her Ascension mats at once. It's nice. Oh, well, I don't see why Lucky would roll in this banner. Not even if there was a Vlad in the front. Because remember, rolling rate up, you can roll this and you can not get a Vlad, probably. I mean, he's
probably.
Permanent, so I guess you can always technically get Vlad, but he will not be on rate up for some of them. I just don't see... I feel like this banner is an opportunity for newer players of FGO or older players who didn't realize what they were missing, right?
I mean, I still need, if I could, I would try to MLB, Little Petite Devil. It's actually right there on the front.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the top card.
Yeah.
Because that's actually a really good card.
Yeah, it's a really good CE. So, yeah, and you could pick specific days when that CE is on rate up and fish for it.
Yeah, I might do that. I don't know what kind of state my wall's going to be after fucking...
No, God, no, I don't know.
Fuck.
But it is interesting considering we talked about, right, like, there is the whole drawn-out, like, okay, this is the summer in FGO has been a slaughterhouse, now we're in fall, and here's just Halloween, and it's just kind of a back to basics. And if you don't already have those welfares, that's straight up 3 free units with buffs. Like, I think Brave Liz is still pretty finicky, but Mecha Liz is an essential unit. Like, our welfare alter ego, very vital. And I think with her buff to the burn effect, Kaz Liz is actually a remarkably, usable AoE caster in the 4-star slot, which we don't have a lot of action on, And she's got her Mana Burst Pumpkin, which sticks every enemy with, burn damage. I think it starts at like 500, so it would go to like 1k with her Guts effect on there. Now she's got a battery. It's pretty decent. I think they still need to buff her NP so her modifier's better, but eventually that'll be pretty good. At the very least, though, there will be some kind of system where you can get your extra copies, so that'll bring it up there. Even making, Vanilla Liz more usable. It's all good.
All's good.
And without anything else extra to really say about that, which I don't think we do, it's cool, but we've lived and breathed the Halloween trilogy. Kind of want to see where they go from here.
I'm hoping there's definitely a callback that they would apparently I hope there's a callback to apparently we missed a couple Halloweens, but now it's back and we're gonna be like, no. It's gonna be like some
I believe the way the main interlude thing is phrased is like, we've got to collect our memories of Halloween we've lost or something. The trauma made us forget for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
We just repressed it. But I think we're definitely waiting to see what will happen on the real Halloween event, because this goes until the 31st, presumably, so you have enough time to actually catch up on the story and understand what's going on. Especially since this event only requires an Orleans clear, because you need to have met Liz in story. But yeah, I'm hopeful there will be some even more extra stuff. New servant banners are obviously good, but new welfares perhaps, costumes for Liz, more buffs, animation updates, straight up animation updates. I do believe they said that all 4 Liz's are going to get widescreen NPs now, but no actual animation update for anybody. OG Cast Liz could really use a hand here. Her animations back in the day were cool because they weren't caster balls. They are really not cool anymore.
Oh, who knows? Maybe they'll keep some stuff in the actual so maybe they'll have some animation updates in the actual event.
Yeah, we'll see. They obviously have to keep something for the main event, There's also some quality of life with the Halloween Trilogy drop. I think they clearly mark what party you used last, and some other interesting things. We may or may not see some of those updates sooner. But yeah, there's some stuff. Okay. But speaking of getting your chance to get some of the CEs you missed, we alluded to the fact that people are bamboozled by the fact that Saber Wars II pre-campaign was not announced, because immediately after Oniland ended, we got an announcement for Craft Essence Recollection campaign, which doesn't start for a couple of days, mind. It's from 10/10 until 10/24. So we're finally getting our Craft Essence campaigns. I believe we've missed a couple of these because in JP they were tied to the release of the art books, which I think it was 2 years ago on Anniversary. The first one was available on Aniplex Fest. I know because I ordered it. So there's that. I don't think the second one has been made available in America yet. Also, to clarify, I also want to point this out. It's not like these are made in America or translated or anything. No. These are just the Japanese art book. It's just that Aniplex deigned to move some over in a boat to America and sell them to you locally, so you don't have to pay $20 to get it shipped. You could cut out the middleman and order from Japan. It would just be a little bit more expensive. But yeah, I don't think the second one has been made available to us yet.
Not yet, not that I know of.
But we're getting the Craft Essence campaign. There's going to be commemorative quests for 2 CEs, the first one and the second one. This will be a little bit similar to how they did the FGO the Stage stuff for Camelot. And we will get 2 summon banners with a selection of prior year CEs on Rate Up. I believe one is for year 1 and one is for year 2. So basically the part 1 ones. Now I want to clarify this. These are CE Rate Ups only. No servant Rate Up. This is basically a story summon with extra special English. Just a slight twist. Slight curveball. And you can look up what CEs. There are 2 separate banners that have different CEs on Rate Up at different times. So, if you're missing something, you're hunting for it, go to Poster Go, for instance, a very popular CE, very hard to obtain these days. I believe some of the Halloween CEs will also be out there. You may find some other stuff. You can take your wheel spin, take your bet. for some tickets, maybe even some St. Courts, hunt for your CEs. Your rate of getting CEs is way better than servants, but your chances of getting specific CEs are probably pretty slim. Somebody has asked, can you get non-rate up CEs on the list? I'm going to guess probably, because you can probably still get defaults, but let me check what the actual announcement for the campaign banner says. Cards featured with increased rate up are craft instances only. 66 limited time craft instances will be featured as pickups. Guaranteed card. 11x summon. It does not seem like it actually restricts you to just limited CEs, just that the banner now includes a pool of limited craft essences on rate up. So you can still get normal CEs, but if you do, you're just very unlucky. But Summon Banner 1 is from Moon Goddess to Christmas 2018. And then I'm going to guess Summon Banner 2 will be New Year's 2019 daily to Chaldea Boys Collection 2020. Damn, that's pretty long lasting. But yes, there are a wide variety of CEs. You can still get normal shit, but you can, get a second chance at some limited CEs you may have missed. That's neat. Don't think we got anything else to say about that one.
Not really, no, I think so.
Alright. Took a healthy sip of the water.
Yep.
Alright. Well, we're about 20 minutes in. That's all our news. We're a little slow-rolly. This is kind of the thing that happens, when you have to move so much in the front half of the year up, and then have to fill in dead space basically for a month because our anniversary is a month earlier. You end up with some pacing issues. They got to space stuff back out for the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. But I am certain we will get to Saber Wars 2 before the month is over. I would expect they will probably announce when the pre-campaign will be when the CE campaign starts. Now, whether that's haha, we lied to you, the pre-release starts now, or it's in a couple days we'll start the pre-release for 5 or 6 days, then the actual Saber Wars 2. We don't know. We don't know what their schedule has to be, So we will be seeing what's up. And you should see what's up on our other podcast, What's Up. It's like this one, but there's gameplay footage, and we talk about things that aren't FGO related. Except when we talk about things that are FGO related. There's some bleed over. But that's it for Skelegrams. That means it's time. I almost said time for the news, because that's a thing, but no, we just did that. It's no longer time for the news. It's time for no news.
Oh. No, instead it is time for this week's Let's Talk FGO Mailbag. Yes. The segment where we read what you have to say and comment accordingly. This week we have a... Okay, back. We have I'll refresh. I'll be kind. I am a man of kindness.
I believe it's 20.
It's 20, so we should probably get through these fairly quick.
Yeah, if there were more, I would probably insist on the old time limit, but there's only 20 of these, and 4 or 5 of these are well wishes, so we'll power through. And I will remember I said we'll power through, and we'll actually power through, and not, faff around extra super long.
Let us avoid that.
I got a pregame to do. It's 2 pages. I got shit to do today.
Then we shall begin immediately. This first one comes from an escalator, a coffee with sugar-free sugar, and a few knees. I feel like there's a story here involved, but whatever. We're going to move on. Question, Dear Lucky Omega, do you think they'll be able to change the daily free paid summon into just a daily free summon? If so, do you think they'll be able to make the change within the year or less time? First thing that comes to mind when thinking about this question is the quartz amount to do a 10 spin from 40 to 30. Personally, no. No, I don't think they're gonna change it.
Probably not, no. I mean, you already have a truly free 10 spin of the friend point gotcha every day.
Mm.
And then they added the actual, the recent, one paid spin per day. So, yeah. There's definitely some levels to your freebiness here.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I have nothing else to say on that, and neither does Omega. So we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I don't know what you want from me. I can't read the Lightworks mind.
So this next one comes from, I should really quick answer lame, but Amaki-chan is so cute. Yes, she is. Question, are there any servants whose voice acting you particularly enjoy? Kagatora's has been a real treat for me. Hope y'all are well. We doing okay. Omega, any VAs stick out with you?
I mean, just by the fact that I have to think, I would have to say no. I mean, there's a lot of VAs I like in this, but, there's so many fucking servants and so many VAs.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ayane Sakura's work a lot. She does a lot of units I appreciate, but mostly I appreciate the character work, and very occasionally I will be like, oh hey, you do that also.
For me, mine should be a no-brainer. I'm a super fan of Chiwa Saito. Her Tamamo energy is perfect, and I do often enjoy hearing her in other works. Probably a close second would probably be Sari Hayami, known here for doing voices such as Martha, Melt, and Adelante. But also you can see, like, oh god, I could just go on and on about everything she voices. But I do believe that's it. We shall now elucidate further. And we move on! This next one comes from a master learning to mix trick from Moriarty to use as a catalyst for his summoning his future Snick goddess, Ibuki. Hey, lucky to make it coming from a person who views times as a big ball of wibbly-wommy timey-wimey stuff. It's clear you guys don't read the questions in the order they are submitted. I feel like some cheek is coming on here. While your audio...
Yeah, I don't know why. That feels a little judgy. My bud, my pal, my dude, my guy.
I read them in the order that YouTube gives them to me. While your audio cue for my question last week was hilarious, please don't judge repeats too harshly. Some of us don't read the other posts before our own.
We don't judge repeats too harshly, but if you do a repeat, we will just be like, we already answered this, go back.
Yeah.
We're not going to repeat ourselves. That's dumb.
And also, you guys ask us the same question. Like, I'm willing to put money. I'm willing to literally put money on this. That someone in this fucking thing is going to ask us, what do we think the fucking servants from Tsukihime should be? I'm willing to put money on this. You guys tend to ask the same questions over and over again, so...
I will not say anything because I usually pre-screen the questions a little bit. But the bet is placed. The cosmic bet is placed.
Robin, that doesn't count. And no, do not go rushing into the fucking...
Well, Robin knows that Robin can't do that. Robin's already submitted a question.
Oh, he has? Okay.
Yeah, he slipped one in like 5 minutes before we started rolling.
Ah, okay.
Like a gremlin.
But no, like, often enough
Tiny
we get...
sewer hand hands you the letter.
Alright, anyway. My question...
Yes, sorry, they have a question.
Anyway, my question this week is this. Given our Lost Belt is in Greece, or based on it to some degree, which Greek monster would you like to see in it? I think seeing Fate's version of Carberus would be horrifying to say the least. Anyways, best of luck in Saber Wars II.
I'm pretty sure this person did not manage to spell Charybdis correctly.
I'm not gonna... I know what monster to talk about, because I'm pretty sure I can't pronounce Charybdis.
And it might be right, though, because the syllables are all in the right place. It just doesn't look quite right. Greek's weird, though. I mean, also, our next Lost Belt isn't in Greece. It's we had a map. It's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. How Greek it is, we'll see. I always feel weird about these questions, because you're asking me about stuff I want to see in a Lost Belt that's been out in Japan for like 2 years. So I don't know for sure what content is in it. Charybdis is interesting because
Charybdis is the giant whirlpool, right?
Yes. That I don't know how we do that one. You'd have to like punch a whirlpool. Like I know obviously there's a monster at the bottom that like sucks everything up and spits it out, but normally you don't see that. If somebody draws fan art,
actually that reminds me of something I retweeted the other day that made me laugh hilarious. I'm gonna post
that was pretty good. I retweeted it also. It's very funny, very on point. So yeah, I don't know how that would work out. I do know that canonically, some piece of Fate work has referenced that Scylla or possibly Scylla, Skilios, Skellyman, Shark Girl.
Shark.
I also do want to throw out, by the way, that I've just realized now thinking about this in the context of Scylla and Charybdis. That's a Hydra though. Like, was that what they did in like the one of the old monster movies or something?
I don't know, but I think this probably still counts because the thing with Scylla, it was like 7 tentacles which would each grab a man to feed itself or something.
No. She had a ring of 7 dog heads around her waist that she would like sneak up upon you and they would snap you all up.
Oh, but dog heads.
Yeah, she was still a lady. She just had extra dog heads, possibly attached by Kirky, by the way. Greek mythology is weird.
I thought it was like 7 heads that would reach out and grab me. Huh. Might have been some other telling I heard somewhere.
Yeah, no. There's a classical urn. I do believe she's supposed to have like tentacles or a snake tail or something, but no, she just has extra dog heads.
Well, that explains the 14 art.
She gives you the eats. But no, Scylla is actually I don't know why people are lazy. I guess they're lazy and they want to slap myths together. That's not how Hydras work. The Lernian Hydra is a completely different mythos.
Very venomous. Much pain.
And also, the labors of Hercules are interesting in a mythological context, because some of those might just be to explain why the zodiac signs are the zodiac signs. Because everything is stolen. Nothing is original. Anyway, much like my inclusion of Scylla, because, as I said, in some piece of Fate lore somewhere, she's been canonically said to be a berserker or something, and I'm like, that's neat. FGO, why haven't you jumped on this? That's a monster girl. That's free money. It's free real estate. I made the like, making it rain gesture, but I don't think that makes any sound on my mic. Anyway, yeah. So, there's my thoughts.
Classical Greek monsters? Hang on. I have to, a name comes to mind, but I have to actually double check.
I would also personally like to throw out possibly Typhon as just like a boss, because he's huge, but that would also probably be very similar to other giant men bosses we've done. We did punch a giant mammoth, and...
No, because that'd be fine, because that'll go right into me, because I would totally be like, give me fucking echidna. I had to double check, it's like, what's echidna Greek? I was like, wait, yes?
Yes, that's a Greek word, yeah. And, no, echidnas is not just knuckles. I don't know...
I don't...
blame whatever biologist was such a lazy fuck, or such a H.P. Lovecraft stan, that, like, witnessing a mammal that lays eggs, he was like, no! The horror! Give me the Hades Furies. How you doing, Meg? Gets murdered. Boom.
I can't remember, but I think one of the telling echidna was actually Medusa's mom, so it'd probably totally be some sort of Medusa face. It'd be great.
Yes.
I know
in the oldest tellings, the Gorgons are part of the dynasty of Typhon and Echidna, and then sometime later, there's a lot of the cursing of Athena, especially once you get to Ovid, who, as I would like to remind everybody, was... I don't want to call him a hack, but...
he was a hack.
No, he was writing politically active poetry. He was doing the thing, but also...
I still call that a hack.
He was wildly reinterpreted in classical myths with an anti-establishment bent because he was butthurt at Augustus. Whether or not that's a good thing probably depends on whether or not you're butthurt at Augustus. I really don't care, because it was a bajillion years ago. And now I have to deal, Ovid, with people who are, like, talking shit about Greek gods because you made some shit up, like, 400 years after the last published version. You fuck. It's not even cool fanfiction. Like Dante's Inferno.
And they gave birth to, like, so many monsters. That's great. Let's see, what was it? Kerberos, Orthos, Hydra.
It's very funny, yeah, because, like, Gaia spits out Typhon because she's, like, pissed off at the Olympians, and then Typhon, like, spends, like, 10 minutes banging his wife and then goes up to Mount Olympus to slap. There's an OSP video for this, by the way. Was Echidna the mother of the Lernian Hydra as well?
I believe so.
Yeah, just, if there was a Greek monsters, probably Echidnas.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay. I think we've answered that question to the satisfaction of hopefully everyone.
Listen, I love giant monster ones, okay? For reasons! As Omega says. We've thought about this too long. So, with that, though, we move on. I had to say it twice. Actually, we should add that to the drinking game anytime we mention OSP.
Oh, man, some episodes are gonna kill. This week so the part of the problem is we record these videos on Friday. That's when OSP posts, so there's always a new OSP video. We're lucky this week. This week was a trope talk. And we may or may not talk about that on WhatsApp. I think it was an interesting point, though. I have some personal thoughts about some of Red's structuring and criticisms of fridging.
Why do you post that? Get that out of here.
No. You think you have some protected speech? No. You can't post that shit in my Discord. Get thee behind me, Satan. But no, like, if there's a Misc Myths, we will obviously be shouting out to it, because I like OSP's style, and we like their videos, and, Red tries her damnedest to do her best research, which means we can often bring up a lot of these points and remind people of these funny things. Now that that's always relevant to Fate, for instance, we've talked about, she did an Orion video, I think, earlier this year, and did kind of point out that the, like, Orion and Artemis's tragic lovers thing is definitely a, like, Renaissance and Baroque period, like, oh no, how beautiful, how tragic, how classical, oh, swoon. The classical myths were usually either they were just bros, or Orion may have been a dickhead, or Apollo is an asshole. That last one's true, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what interpretation you take, Apollo's still an asshole. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's usually where it ended. There was not necessarily need for a greater context.
All right.
All right, now that we discussed the drinking game, we're doing the next question.
Next one. The next one comes from Ayas, the one who bonded 68 bond SQs from the raids and some farming in preparation for Ishtar. I have not heard that one before.
There's about 50 different ways to say that name.
Yeah.
Thanks, Linguistic Drift.
So, they say, question, checked and I saw that the skill upgrade for MHX third skill apparently is given with main quest completion of a node and the Saber Wars II event. Meaning if one was to miss the event, they would have to wait almost 2 years for their MHX skill upgrade. How do you guys...
for spoiling the pregame question, guy.
How do you guys feel about potential future skill upgrades being attached to event main quest completion like this? Sincerely, Ayas, the one hoping and waiting. You don't have to put it sincerely, my dude. The alias is fine.
Some people like the sincerely.
Well, I appreciate it. But as I don't like it, especially if they don't actually come up with some sort of system to get people that thing in some sort of timely manner. Like I said, like I don't. It is my personal. It's my personal feeling that game companies should not necessarily punish players for not being there every single fucking day and every single fucking event. You know, player bases are transient; they come and go. So I don't want to necessarily feel that I have. By the way, every time you hear me like emphasize it, just imagine that I am like craning my neck forward because that's what I actually am doing when I emphasize a word. Don't want to feel like I have to be playing this game at any given moment for like, you know, things that are sometimes, you know, pretty fucking crucial, like skill upgrades. Those are pretty important. Those are pretty important, y'all. We need those. Yes, exactly, like a crow.
It is the, yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not as futzed about it. Some of that is because I don't know the details. Like, I don't know if it's just when you reach it, you unlock, or if it's just straight up the skill at the end. It probably is the skill at the end. I think the main thing is the limited time. That I wish they wouldn't go for, but it's just the epilogue quest. You do the whole quest, you get the grail, so you get it. And it's her, like, 3rd or 4th skill upgrade. Yeah, MHX being a very early funny haha launch unit needed a lot of work. I don't know how vital this final one is. I do think it is sad that like because it is tied to the event, once the event passes, you can't access it again. If you somehow roll an MHX somehow during the intervening year or so before reruns and stuff. The concept I'm not too fussed about, but I would definitely want to know that like the reruns are coming in a regular order, and for events like Saber Wars, that's not true. That said, having done the preview game, I have something way more important to be mad about, which is to complete all 99 missions, you have to do one of the 2 challenge quests. So, no, I've got something to be really annoyed at.
Oof.
Yeah, mission 99 is do the first challenge quest. This unlocks the second challenge quest. You also get 5 tickets for doing this mission. I'm just like, guys, what the fuck?
I think this is what we like to call incentivizing.
Yeah, they really shouldn't need to incentivize challenge quests. I guess technically it's quote-unquote only 5 tickets in the lore, but like, those are the only tickets in the event, all 5 of them. And also that sweet getting the mission complete list. Luckily, I think the first one is not as fucked up as the second one, as somebody just yells out, fuck the second challenge quest.
Yeah, so...
And we'll explain more of this in pregame. It's funny that you're asking this when you know I'm going to do the pregame later. Well, I would say this. Somebody said people weren't doing the challenge quest, so Delighters decided to force the issue. Don't do that, actually, by the way. If you're a game developer, don't do that. That's dumb. If your player base isn't doing something, don't make them do it. Find something else for them to do. Like, that's... I say this from years of amateur game design experience and real-life running games for players who are humans. That doesn't work. You can't force your players to engage with the system. Like, I mean, you can, but that won't make them have fun. Like, you force them to engage with something by just making it organically part of the system. And if adding lores to challenge quest isn't organic enough, then you need to think about what you're doing wrong, which is making challenge quest too fucking hard, guys. Yeah, see, they did the smart thing, which is the challenge quests are kind of skipped the next year's lotto, because they were just like, nah, it's too fucking hard making these complex every year, and you don't want to fucking do them anyway. We'll skip it. That's the smarter decision. And who knows, maybe there was a complaint in Japan. This is a thing I've heard about, like, there's always, like, character polls and stuff, and if you listen to people who are loud on Twitter or Reddit, they are probably not speaking for the majority of people playing the game in JP who answer polls, which I do believe is a decent amount of people in Japan would be like, oh, social media, hey, polls. Because they get way more social media hits than we do when they do campaigns. So, like, keep an eye out on these things, realize what's up. People might have actually been like, you gotta do a challenge quest for 5 tickets? What the fuck? And to get my mission complete?
Oh, there.
Anyway, we'll dive into all that stuff later. Like I said, because I am annoyed by the challenge quest thing, I am not as annoyed by the skill thing. But I do actually agree that on a technical level, yeah, because it's a limited time event, you should probably not do that in general. And I don't think they've done it again. Usually they just drop the rank up quest, like, straight up. I think this is before they started doing that every event, just having the rank up quest, like, added. So we may be in just a transitional period, and Delightworks is like, that doesn't work, we gotta do that differently. That is kind of the funny thing, right, about being delayed in a server that's gonna, like, catch up, right? Where Delightworks has already learned their lessons from the content we're getting 2 years in the future past. But...
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm laughing at a Patreon comment here. This one comes from a Legendary Reaper Gamer. He says, I say from the past, congrats you lucky people who got Space Ishtar from those 5 tickets from that challenge quest. I know you will exist.
Ugh.
Yeah, no.
People always be getting lucky. But yeah, to finish my thought there, basically, it's weird how we know that Delightworks has changed their behavior in 2 years because we know the future version of the game exists. But changing it for us would probably involve way too much work to, like, permanently unlock stuff that wasn't designed to be permanently unlocked. Actually, this is a good question. Has Saber Wars II been rerun?
I thought so. Has it?
Was it rerun? Yeah, it was rerun earlier this year, right? Or was it last year?
I think so.
It was sometime in the COVID times. I like how Robin says, of course it was. I don't know when. I don't want to listen to that man. I mean, that's true. COVID years blur together. But Robin, I don't think I could trust you that something has happened or something exists. Though, I have the ultimate dab on Dallas for things that aren't real either. Spoilers if you haven't watched Progression, there was technically some more cheating from the Scatterbrain this week. Where we forgot things we forgot about linear time. I explained it on the video though. You'll see it. It's the video's still good. You should watch it. I think we had some really good matches. It's just we get all the way to the end and then we realize there was kind of an obvious fuck up. Yeah, okay, it was January this year. Yeah, somebody had a date. But okay, so if somebody knows, did they make the skill rank up permanent then, or was that just your time period?
March 150.
Yeah, March 150 and March 224.
224.
The number of days since March 2020 when everything got fucking weird.
Man, March went on for a really long time, Architect. Jesus.
I mean, it kind of did. But yeah, okay. I think Lucky can move on and read the next question while I stand up and close my window because I smell smoky outside, and that's not good.
That's no good. We're still in March. What are you talking about? Solid. This next one comes from... this next one comes from... Damage bonus is one hell of a drug. Yes, it is. Every time we get out of a system where we have bonus damage, I'm all like, I feel so puny. They say, though, question, how much time goes into things like your regular job versus casual gaming, or preparing for Let's Talk, or that sort of thing? Well, from my end, my days are fucked, Jesus. Alright, so I think I've explained this, like, once before, but it might not have been on Let's Talk, but I'll give it again. So, I work Monday through Friday. It's a standard 8-hour job. But considering if any of you work, you know that, you don't actually work 8 hours. You actually work much, much longer. Okay. So I'm usually getting up at like 6:30 in the morning. And I'm usually not getting home till maybe about 4:15. So that's I just did that rapid thing where I'm trying to mental math.
Yeah, I can handle that.
Yeah, so that's 11.
6 to 12 is 6 hours. And it's 11 and a half, but you got some rounding in there. And then 4. So 10-ish?
Yeah, so about 10-ish, like 10-ish hours, like for whatever reason is that. From there, it then depends on the day. Like on Mondays and Fridays, usually I start thinking about what we're gonna do for this. Because Fridays, I usually will I try to shoot Omega a message when I'm on my way home, so he will be aware and trying to eat and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
making
depending
sure our
on
schedules line up because we're 3 hours apart.
Yeah, because depending on how the pregame goes, it can take us anywhere from, like a half hour to an hour and a half to actually get started. Because we'll be looking up last minute things, getting last minute research done. Maybe we faff, or we find something that just completely gets our attention, and that. So it'd be like in a half. But then we record for anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, sometimes longer, and go about our night. During this, though, we can and will multitask. Omega might play some Let's Talk FGO, though. I might do some artwork. I might play some Final Fantasy XIV. I could be playing Tales of Arise right now, but I'm reading. All that kind of crazy stuff. Same with What's Up. With What's Up, there's also like that kind of thing.
With What's Up, you literally multitask because we have a gameplay element so that it's more cool being streamed.
Yes. For that one, we try to keep that like hard lock to about 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which would be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, we schedule the stream in advance, so
yeah.
And
before that, I'm doing fuck up whatever, man. I'm living my best life. It's my weekend at that point. Again, we do What's Up for 2 to 3 hours, and then we go back to doing whatever the fuck we want. Because since I stream it, I'm able to it's done. It's done. It's up.
Yeah.
Omega don't have to do shit. He just has to do the audio, which is easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah, no, just editing audio is way easier and way faster, and then I just throw it up on Patreon and I tweet out, hey, the audio's up for patrons. If you didn't see this, the VOD's up on our channel right now. Bye.
Mm-hmm. With Sundays, that's when we usually have a tabletop game.
Yep.
That can happen. This is honestly usually up to Loth, because Loth is on Australia time.
Yeah, so speaking of me and Lucky's like time disconnect being 3 hours apart, Loth is in the fucking upside down. So usually it's morning of the following day for him when it's evening for us when we go for the game. So like he has to like actually wake up, figure out what he's doing for breakfast, eat some breakfast, etc., and then we get started with the thing.
Yeah. But again, that's usually we try to have anywhere between 2 to 4 hours, and then well, this is Sunday, so after that, like, if game queue's long, I have to get ready for bed, because I go to bed around 11 p.m. I say go to bed, but I'm usually, like, in my bed reading until, like, midnight, because I'm an animal who doesn't want to, like, just lay down and sleep.
Yeah, you gotta relax the brain. I have that problem, too. Yeah, I've had to occasionally, like, and you've also had to occasionally pull the hard out lever and be like, alright, we gotta move on, we gotta go, I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah, but for me, like, so Friday through Monday, like, I don't necessarily have as much casual gaming time or anime watching time as I would, because again, like I'm usually have my hands full with doing something for the channel stuff. So that usually means that Tuesday through Thursday is when I can usually get a lot of gaming and whatnot. But because of how other people's schedules lined up, my Wednesday, Thursday will be almost assuredly playing Final Fantasy XIV, because that's when prominent Crow member Suna has his days off. And since he has a high level character, we can take care of a lot of content. Aresh is now starting up school again, so they haven't been playing as much. But and Loth is wild, because Loth also does the progression tournament and hangs out with Omega when they're playing card games. So he kind of, I think it's what day do you do the progression tournament? Thursday? Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday.
That's the free day everybody has. So
yeah. So Wednesday, Loth will also usually show up after the progression tournament, though that is completely dependent on how long it took him to get his ass kicked.
Yeah. Loth is not our only person who occasionally has to pull out like right after the tournament is over, because one of our other members, David, has a non-regular work schedule. You know, he gets shift when he gets shifts. So sometimes he's like, all right, I have to go to bed. I was, up all day today, or I have work in the morning. And then other times it's like everybody but Loth is like, I'm not doing anything for the next 3 hours. Let's, test decks and do trades. And Loth is like, I must go now to Lucky. Goodbye. My planet needs me. And then it's like the vertical screen wipe, but instead of leaving the screen, he leaves the VC to go up to Tiamat.
Ascends.
Yeah. Climbs out of hell.
That's an airbrush, man. By the way, Lucky's been multiplying because people have been telling me they want Tyranny Rabbit stickers. I'm like, okay, I gotta come up with some. So I am workshopping.
Yeah, art design. So for me, I remember this question, so even though I was stepped away closing my window, I can talk about it. So, fun fact, I don't have a regular job. I don't work a 9 to 5. This is it for me. I'm lucky enough that I make money and, I'm clearly doing my own thing that has a process that my parents have not thrown me out on the street yet. And I pick up odd jobs here and there, do some freelancing for stuff. But this is it for me. So this is my day job. Yes, my day job is 9 o'clock at night recording this. It's funny how that works. So my schedule for not free time is basically a lot like Lucky's during the weekend, because Friday I have to prep for the show, shoot the show, and then edit the show and process the show. Sometimes that takes too long. That's my, luckily that was my middle finger just there as I counted them off. Hey. On Saturday, we do What's Up at a time. Usually in the afternoon before that, I will probably either, double check some stuff, play some games, whatever, catch up with people. Sunday we game, so I usually am either doing last-minute prep, or I'm just, futzing around doing whatever until I run the game. I am the GM, so I usually have to make sure I'm prepared. And then basically my big work days are Monday and Wednesday. Monday, we stream. That's, been where I moved my stream slot back when I was doing a D&D campaign for a little bit while we were in stream jail. And when we got out of stream jail, I just left my stream down Monday, even though my D&D campaign is on indefinite hiatus, as your D&D campaigns often end up. I still just move my stream down. I like it better. So Monday, I stream. That means sometimes I have to make new assets and do research and setup and stuff. If we're doing something new, that means making sure everything's installed, up to date, all that fun stuff. Also, I usually like to, just because of production things, I like to pre-shoot a lot of the components for Progression Tournament on Monday. So usually Monday afternoon, my week starts. I multitask eating all the new content of the week. I say eating because that's kind of how it's like, just nom content. Seeing what's happening, and then just setting up my following work week for, what's ever up there. If we have to do bonus videos, like a one-hit or something, usually I try to squeeze it in on a Monday, because that's when I'm already working on production all day. And then Wednesday in the evenings, I shoot progression, though I usually like to make sure all of my video bits are my video package is lined up and set up so that on Thursday I have a pretty smooth edit and I don't have to do any extra work. Technically, Tuesday and Thursday are my quote-unquote days off. That's where I don't usually do any direct channel work. It's usually just free to play games, whatever. Sometimes I do the Fail Portrayal stream with the guys on Tuesday, if they're all free. Other times I'm just nah, I'm too tired for that right now. I just want to play some Deathloop. But often I use those days to work on other me projects, whether that's writing stuff or just other random bits and bobs. And I call Thursday my day off, but technically I do have to stitch together the progression, upload it. Sometimes that does take fucking forever, because I have to do assets, and I had to wait for YouTube to edit out some music. But most of that is just I slot the assets I've already made. I've already recorded the video. I slot those into the thing in the correct order. I hit export. It saves, and then it uploads to YouTube. And usually YouTube sits on it in processing for 2 hours, and I do something else. Why does YouTube take that long to process something? I don't fucking know. But if you ever wondered why you may hear me occasionally shill pretty hard for the channel, yeah, that's because this is my day job. I would like to be able to eventually move out of my parents' house and, make my own way. I'm not starving or anything. I'm not homeless, but I would like to, be able to go places and do things. Lucky and I would really like to be in a studio set up together, get a couch, get some microphones.
Yeah.
Other things. I'd like to be able to, do bigger and better production values for stuff. But yeah, that's how my time is usually spread out. And technically, I'm kind of always on Discord. Usually when I boot up my computer and I'm actually, awake in the day, I'll throw up Discord on the monitor and just leave it open. So that your moderator is still, I'm your admin and moderator. I am here most of the time, except when I'm sleeping in the middle of the night / morning. But I'm not constantly looking at our Discord. It's not that busy, so I usually just leave it on the second monitor because I have nothing better to do and let it chill. And I will actually close Discord when I want to focus on a project, because people are yelly.
There you are. Sorry, Lucky's been talking because he has his pen in his mouth as I do adjustments.
Yeah, that's what you do. But I think that's all that, so I don't know why I scrolled up on the list of mail, but let's move on to whomsoever is next. There we go, found it. Found our place. I'm in it.
We're in it. So, we go on. So this next one comes from Tyrant King, who's now half floor thanks to 86, as you should be. I hope you're on season 2. That fucking OP is banger. I love it. I love it to death. I literally hunted down Loth and be like, Loth, tell me how you make the GIFs from YouTube. And he was like, ah! He wasn't like, but he gave it to me. And then I made GIFs, and I posted them, I'll be like, check this shit out. So, this person says, as I got way too excited about 86. Question, when Camelot Part 2 Blu-ray comes out more than likely next year, do you think we'll get the Grail Front event that came with it, or do you think they'll save that for the year after? Also, bonus question, what anime has caught your eye this season? If y'all see anything, take care and have a nice evening. Honestly, I don't think they're going to necessarily move Grail Front depending on the Blu-ray.
I think that, like, I know the Grail Front corresponded with some Camelot stuff. I think it was the actual release of the second Camelot movie, because I don't think those Blu-rays are out yet in Japan, if I remember rightly from our big discussion on that. But I suspect for us, the presence of the Grail Front will be kind of important to avoid dead air in the de-COVIDing. Because there was the COVIDing, where all of our content got really, really spaced out and really, really slow. Lots of dead air. And then for North America, there's going to be, the 2 years where we're probably not in, like, needing to slow down for COVID times. Get vaccinated, holy shit, come on, guys. And then we will need to recompress time because our anniversary is still a month earlier. So I suspect we will need the Grail Front there to actually, like, correctly space out all the events. It does not need to be released with a, like, direct Camelot tie-in. They just can do it when they do it. And who knows when the fuck we're gonna get the Camelot Season 2, or not Season 2, Part 2 Blu-rays.
We'll find out.
Season 2 of the movie. Of the movie of the game.
As for anime, I've actually watched a fair bit. Talk Destiny, wait, is it Talk OP Destiny? Yeah, Talk OP Destiny, I watched that. Mappa and Madhouse, it's doing very, very good. Watched 86, also very, very good. Let's see here. Tawara on Monday, Season 2, very good. Gambare Doki-chan, very good. What else have I watched? I've watched quite a few things, I just can't remember them all. Fuck, what was it? I can't remember, but what was it, like, Irene, the vampire cosmonaut? I actually very much like that, too. I like its premise. Was that Irina? I can't remember. Oh, yes, Isekai Assassin. Yes, I did watch that as well. Also very nice. I feel like there was another Isekai that I watched. Yeah, Shinkan no Mi. Actually, not that great. Not that great. The animation's kind of butts.
Hate to see it.
Yep. Unfortunately, I can't remember anything off the top of my head, and I don't want to faff about this too much, so tune into What's Up. I'll definitely have more anime thoughts then.
I have nothing. I'm off TV right now. I was on TV for like 2 weeks. Actually, that's not entirely true. The thing that, like, it's probably more like a month, and then I'm rolled back off. I need to block out some time for Love, Death, and Robots, and then probably maybe find some other stuff to watch. But right now, I'm like, mostly my free time is like, let's poke Deathloop some more. Oh no, I've died like 3 times. Let's go again.
Don't forget Hathaway.
Yeah, that's also on the list. Yeah, I should do that too. But we can talk about some other stuff next week at least. But also, like, there's a lot of, like, video game news, so I'm, like, trying to not fall behind on my video game backlog and, like, keep everything out. There's, like, new demos to try. When the open beta is actually open, I would like to at least check out the gameplay for Battlefield 2042. But if you aren't in EA Play, the open beta is fake news. It's still a closed beta. They just lie to you and call it an open beta that you can download. Huge fan, EA. Great job. You really earned in those 2 years worst company in the world or whatever. Not really, but, like, it's definitely behavior where I'm like, oh, hey, I see some people are trying out the open beta. I'll download it. And then it's like, yo, to guarantee your premium access to the beta, sign in with your EA Play. And I'm like, oh, yeah, good luck with that. I'll open it when it's actually open and poke it for a little bit. But yeah, so I'm trying to keep up on video games because, like, Far Cry 6 is out. I don't think that's a priority for me. Nobody yelled about that being Game of the Year yet. Most of the high-level reviews I've heard is, yeah, it's Far Cry. And I'm like, that's cool. But got some stuff to plunk at there. So gaming is taking up my time. But I have not yet started reading, but I am daunted by the fact that I unpacked this fucking bookshelf and I'm like, fuck, I got so many books to read. Jesus Christ. I got ebooks, I got print books, I got, light novel compilations, I got real novels, I got other bullshit. So I need to, I probably need to do what, like, Lucky does. And when it's like, usually it's more like 1 or 2 a.m. for me. When it's late at night, I should, like, stop stretching out my time watching YouTube videos, and I should like turn on a small light and read or something for a little bit.
Listen, I got like volumes 4 of 8 through 86 just sitting on my bedside, just waiting. Just waiting. Well, actually, technically it's 5 through 8 because I read 4 yesterday. I'm probably gonna read 5 tonight.
But yeah,
And
so I other than that, I know the JoJo thing is happening. I don't know nothing about anime right now. Like I said, my hobbies are so like off and on. Like when I'm watching TV, I usually I'll eat like 3 or 4 shows in a couple of weeks. When I'm on books, I can read. I could probably read 2 or 3 books in a day if I did nothing but read. I rarely have time to do that. And when I'm on video games, I spend a lot of hours on video games. I'll probably talk more about why I feel like I need to plug in my Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory again. God damn it, internet. But anyway, that's me. Let's keep on schmoovin'.
So we're gonna keep on schmoovin'. So this next one comes from the Eternal Storm, who says, "Hey guys, I have no question today, but I'd like to wish you both luck and rolling for Space Ishtar. By my estimation, should start by the middle of next week."
Well, we'll see if you're correct.
Let's see. I'm starting I thought it was gonna be middle of next week, but with this thing, I'm thinking probably end of next week. Move it a couple
let's
days.
see. The thing doesn't even start till the 10th. I mean, ends the 24th. That's like 2 weeks. It's not going to be that long, but who the fuck knows? Literally 2 days of nothing. I feel like we're not in a rush. Actually, I realized there's another thing that's sucking up all my time. I don't know why, but I'm just on this. I don't know why I've gotten on this big kick. I think it's because we had to discuss like the musical stylings of the ball for Star Wars, and also just in general, like we use music titles all the time. I keep spending way too much time just listening to different songs on YouTube. If Lucky ever like tabbed over at midnight and checked out my 3 a.m. YouTube history, it's just like, oh, hey, here's like 4 songs in a row. Oh, gee, Omega really needed to listen to some Asia in the middle of the night. Anyway, that was your well wishes. Whoomst is next.
Whoomst is next. Moon is finally no longer too broke from FGO to buy Switch games and now currently binging The Great Ace Attorney. Solid choice. Question: Hello, Lucky and Omega. Recently I discovered the origin of my love for buff waifus because of Chun-Li and Cammy from Street Fighter. Have any of your current tastes been influenced by something from your childhood? Yes, I like women because I liked women in my childhood.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I can drill down longer than that. You're asking me to remember specific shit from childhood. No, almost assuredly, but what characters, what context for that? I don't fucking know. Chun-Li has great legs, though.
I mean, I probably have like a similar thing because like honestly, like I was a perfect little brat. I played fucking Cammy, Chun-Li a lot, and when I picked up Guilty Gear, I mained fucking Jam because guess what? She had legs for days. It was great.
In the original run of Final Fantasy VII, Tifa's boobs are very big.
Yeah, they are.
Rendering. Yeah, guess what? Tifa's tits are not actually that huge. Cloud's hair also isn't actually that spiky. Because it's really fucking spiky in those polygons, damn. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure there's a million little things. That's what your childhood basically is just the world throws shit at you and some of it sticks, and then that's you as an adult. Everything that's left in the goop that doesn't get dislodged. Or that you don't dislodge yourself. Sometimes you have to, dig some stuff out of there with a crowbar, and that crowbar is therapy.
Let's see here. Like, growing up, like, oh, geez, like,
I feel like, definitely my character tastes were shaped by the media that was popular when I was a kid, but do you want me to name what that media was? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Honestly, I do think, though, I think that my love of evil women started with Ryoko from fucking Tenchi. Like, cause, yeah, I think that was like the first of that archetype. I was like, oh no, I love her. Same way with like Asia Clan, like, cause technically she's evil. Technically. She's not really, but technically. Technicality. Proud Kataro clan here to like destroy shit, take over the world and stuff. She's just horribly inept at it because she is constantly in debt.
I mean, I definitely picked up my love of non-standard hair colors because of anime, but that's just an anime thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, green hair. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I'm not really in a moment where I can like unpack all the the years of my life leading back, the past 20 years or so to figure out where what started.
Why am I making this brick wall? Sorry, Lucky is just.
I don't know where it was, but somewhere in there, I definitely picked up my appreciation for tomboys and athletic, big, strong women.
Big strong.
Don't know where exactly, but that was in there somewhere. There was a lot of like girl power in the late 90s, early 2000s stuff. Some of that stuck somewhere. I'm not afraid of a strong woman. You hear that, guys? Media representation worked. But after that, slightly awkward silence. I got nothing.
Yeah, no.
Like he's concentrating on the brick wall.
I am concentrating on the brick wall.
Are you just another brick in the wall?
No, but there is a tyranny rabbit sticking out from this brick wall.
Okay,
Here.
I have a very important question. Is he sticking out or is he busting through Kool-Aid Man style?
I could do both.
You could do both.
Like, well, here's the process right now. Like I'm doing a lot of work here. But let's move on.
Yeah.
So this next one comes from soon to be unapologetic Sora main and Smash Brothers. Yes, get on with your anime sword fighter game. Greetings, Looking in Omega. I hope you all are doing well. Just wanted to say, keep up the fantastic work and love what you do. Also, potassium. As good as potassium. Yeah, I knew Robin was gonna bite on that one.
Oh well. I don't actually think we have anybody in our Discord who complains about characters who are possibly anime and sword fight.
What was I gonna say? Oh, as good as potassium is for you, the greatest source of potassium usually is bananas, and Lucky's not a fan of bananas.
Bananas are alright. They're a little bit of work, though.
I haven't played Super Smash Ultimate, but I've played most of the other ones. I've always been a Link main.
Yeah, Link is usually my guy.
Banana Rama.
And
Banana.
And in Brawl, obviously, I was like, well, I have to play fucking Snake. Duh.
Ooh, excuse me. So, let me...
No rotate to banana.
Yes! Rotate banana!
We will not spin the potassium. We will be moving on. Sludge for banana.
So, this next one comes from Suna, a confused android. They say, hey guys, hope the week has been good. If not, slap it. Just.
It's been fine.
I know that Ishtar is a little out, but good luck on your rolls. Out for my luck on our banner since I am skipping. See you next week. Ow.
Well, thanks to them delaying it so much, I'm back up to like 180 quartz because I hit a 50-day mark like I thought I would. So, that's good.
Hey.
Will I break 200 before it happens? No, I won't actually. There's no big event that happens between now and then. I will not break 200. I need like 20 more Saint quartz. I would have to do like so many master missions and do so many bond levels.
Right. So, with that though, we're gonna keep going. The next one comes from King of Apples, who seems to have every SSR Berserker except Vlad. I can have yours, clearly! I'll trade ya! Question, some events and storylines such as Summer 3 seem to be non-canon, or at least very tangentially canon. Therefore, how many parallel worlds do you think there are for our, i.e. Last Master of Humanity, adventure specifically, and what would you say they are?
Don't know, don't care.
That's very throw it out the room, but whatever.
I mean, don't care is a little extreme, but like, I don't... That would require me to remember how they've phrased every single event ever in all, 4 years of this game, and whether or not it was canon or not. And I don't know. I'm reasonably certain that there's some timely-wimey weird, DBZ movie-type weirdness with, whatchamacallit, like Summer 3, right?
Well,
and also Summer 2, because, those were kind of supposed to happen at the same time, maybe? But other than that, I don't actually know.
The way I look at it, is when humanity was incinerated and we existed outside of time and space. We existed outside of time and space. We could have literally actually spent, several years there, like the 2 years that it was plus whatever. I think it actually has been stated that the main character at some point, when asked about his age, is like, I don't fucking know. So much time shit has happened.
Yes, that's I believe that's a Kichi Hogan Bond line. If you've completed one of the later Lost Belts, she's like, "Want a drink? What? You don't know how old you are?"
But basically, just think of it this way. Basically, just think of Chaldea as the fucking TARDIS.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said that apparently every event except Saber Wars II is canon. So, is that still one timeline? I don't know.
It's bigger on the inside.
I don't want to be super dismissive. Like, this is a bad question, but this is definitely one of those where I feel like we're expected to be mind readers, or we have some kind of backdoor intel to Delightworks or Type Moon or whatever, which we don't. Mostly, I just read on wikis that other people translate. And I genuinely don't know.
He's gonna go on the record and says he believes there's only one timeline. So with that, we move on. This next one.
Hold on, there's emotes in this.
Oh, wait, let me...
You've got bolded in here. How dare you?
Oh. Well, yeah, that's a separate timeline, though. We're talking parallel timelines.
Yeah. Also, you better not be typing any extrapolation of your point, because FG Arcade's only in Japan. That breaks the sacred spoiler rule of Mailbag.
So I read this, and I'm now a little pissed. This person, do you not read the rules? Have you not read the rules? Have you not looked at them at a recent point? Have you not listened to me when I constantly say, hey, there's no role-playing in the question? Do you ignore me with this? Have you not listened?
Alternatively, are you trying to kill me with all this fucking SFX and soundboarding shit? How much post would we need to do?
Like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think that's actually.
This is not spicing it up. This is killing me. This is not spice. This is the opposite of spice.
There's like 6 sound cues. There's fucking stage directions in here. Also, there's way too many line breaks, and you did that on purpose. Your alias calls out the line breaks, and then you have way too many line breaks. That's not how that works.
Eating this. This is getting yeeted. I'm mad
I figured
now.
it would. I was thinking when I read about the thing about the line breaks, and I see that there's line breaks in the document, I'm like, oh, this sounds like somebody being cheeky. And then I open it, and I'm like, oh my god, no. I see all the bold text lines, and I'm like, okay, alright, hold on.
Oh. Guys, I'm gonna say this out for possible penetrations of your thick skulls. There is no role-playing in the question. I am not going to read out whatever fanfiction you got in your fucking head, okay?
Lucky doesn't do emotes. You don't pay him enough to act on camera. Alright.
Okay. So, with that...
I don't know. I don't know if that's a patron tier. Paying Lucky to act.
That's waifu tier. The ephemeral one that no one can attain.
Yeah, the hypothetical waifu tier. That's when Lucky sets up his OnlyFans. You gotta pay him $100 and he'll read your emotes. $100 per roleplay. That's a line of roleplay, by the way, not per session.
I do $100 per session. So, this next one comes from someone who thinks they should have made Brave Lid's third skill a random 1 to 100% MP drain instead. That seems like chaos? But I say, hello, Omega and Lucky. I mean, real talk, if you super chat us and made a request for me to say something in a particular voice, I'd probably fucking do it. You literally are giving me money to do it. I do not want to disappoint. It would have to be more than $5 though. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, but also, we are human beings. You can't just get us what you wanted to do by throwing money at us. But if you do throw money at us, we'll consider it. Mostly because super chats are shiny.
They are shiny.
I mean, I believe that's worked for you before, Legendary.
I do believe it has, actually. Anyway, Legendary Reaper Gamer has said, yeah, I should do one of my MFS bets with you guys. I got about 440 SQ for Spitzstar. If I get it without pulling out the wallet, I'll super chat like $40 the following. What's up? The pack has been sealed.
The contract is signed.
Well, this person says, hello, Omega and Lucky. With FGO buffing all the Liz units, do you believe they'll do something similar with other welfares? And there needs to be an I in there, my dude, and not another second E.
Yeah.
And there were non-welfare version. P.S. We final got the summon campaign we deserve. Also, I don't read them, but I appreciate the use of the Studio Mega emotes.
Mm-hmm.
Super.
Join our channel membership now. You can't do bold script reading emotes, but you can insert our channel emotes into the mailbag.
Reach over because my freaking keyboard's on the side because I have my damn thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I have set up now.
Dude,
I was relaxing before. So, first part of the question, will they do something similar with other welfares? Yes, probably. If they ever do a thing where, they give you, one Nobu, for instance, I expect they may do, a Nobu buff. I think she has just one skill that's just, NP gain up.
Isn't that her tactics?
Yeah, her, strategy, I think it's called, because it's
strategy.
Different. But, Ushi has a very similar skill that was buffed also, so, they could probably do some stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Same with other old welfares. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do about Santa Clauses. The first couple of those were not great units. No offense, Jean and Saber Santa Altar, but for Santa Saber Altar's kit, your kit is literally just your normal kit, but with an extra bonus skill tacked on instead of instinct, because that one sucked. Even her NP is the same. It's very much you can tell that for the first 6 months they didn't know what welfares were other than using Nobu as okay, for collabs we can just make them a free version of the character, and then for seasonals, like Kazlas and Artoria, they were just basically the same unit, but with one costume different and like one skill changed. Actually, that's not entirely true. Kazlas has a very different skill set, but her NP was identical. So yes, I expect eventually, if they can find an excuse for it, they will. Will they do for non-welfare versions? You mean the stuff they already do that for? How many buffs does Summer Nobu have? It's like 1 or 2, I think. Is it just 1? I thought it was like 2, but she's gotten at least 1 rank up. So yeah, if the question is non-welfare versions of servants, yes, they do those anyway. The welfare one's the one in question, but now that I think they're doing it, I think we can pretty much guarantee that whenever your opportunity to get an old welfare comes back, there'll probably be some buffs attached, you know? Gesundheit.
Oh, thank you.
Gesundheit again, damn.
Oh, sorry.
The sneezy's got you. Now I'm betting on my... now that there's 2, there's definitely going to be a Robin time code. Like, I was about to say before you sneezed the second time, I was like, alright, I have to flip the coin in my mind. Will Robin make a funny, cheeky time code about Lucky sneezing? And then it happened twice, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely a time code. And now I flip the coin again. Will Robin do the time code because I said Robin would do the time code, or will Robin gremlin me and be like, no time code for you? I went Robin's way. I'm just an invisible force flipping coins.
Ugh. Sorry, I don't know why that again, but this is just snuck up on me. Just snuck up on me. Jesus.
It happens.
Whew.
Lucky, thoughts on welfare rank ups?
I guess like pretty much what you said. Basically, whenever they come out with the they'll probably like I'm sorry, the sneeze rattled my brain a little bit here.
It does that.
Ugh.
Are all your bones still in the same place?
Yeah, you can't prove that I have bones, Omega.
Oh well, now we have the next patron goal: buy an X-ray machine. Prove Lucky has bones. I'll post the X-rays on Patreon.
I'll win that bet.
Well, considering I don't know how to use an X-ray machine, possibly.
Oh, see, now Robin's grimmling me, trying to tell me I have bones. What are you, some sort of health expert? So
I just hear the xylophone in my head. The xylophone sting. You know the one, audience. The one I can't play.
So this next one comes from... Oh, I was actually going to say what I was going to say about the welfares. Heck, yes. Fuck. I almost forgot. I believe that whenever we come up with whatever, like Omega says, whenever they come up with whatever reason to bring in whatever welfares they have back, they'll just tack on the their rank ups to that, because honestly, I feel like it'd be a kind of a dick move for them to do rank ups for welfares that, you know, no one can fucking get. Or like, because they're not going to put a welfare on like a summoning banner. That's rude.
No, that would be weird. They might do a Saber Lily, but also might not, because Saber Lily is just a 3-star who's shinier. Spoiler.
And she's in the front points, gotcha. So technically, you can roll for her already. Technically.
I mean, I guess Habitrot has the stats of a 4-star and is actually also in the FP gotcha the same way, so we could do more of that, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Yep. Now I think we can move on. After that sneeze was temporarily displaced, it caused Lucky to lose his train of thought like 15 seconds after it happened. Stretch it.
So, this next one comes from listening to podcast doing homework. Mm-hmm. They say, good day, Lucky and Omega. Question, what is your guys' opinions on the Fate lore video that Giguk did a month or 2 ago? P.S. Apologies if this has already been asked before. It is not, because I would remember if someone mentioned Giguk. But unfortunately, the answer is, didn't watch it, so I have no opinion.
Yes, I have no opinion. I do not mean that as a thing against the Giguk. I have occasionally watched the podcast he does, Trash Taste, sometimes. But I am not made of unlimited time. Also, I mean, I don't know, it's got one of those, like, meme covers that I don't like. I'm sure it's better than that, because I think that, from what I understand, my personal experience with him, Giguk is not a complete tool. But, you know how it is in the biz. You see the thumbnail and like,
Maybe explain all of Fate. I'll explain all of Fate in let's see, in 2 sentences. Here we go. Humanity is shit. Magic is wild. Boom. I
would just say the tagline from that one trailer they did like 4 years ago or whatever. I think it was actually like 2. Something heroic and fate and whatever. I'd have to look it up. I haven't watched that trailer in too long. I would watch it right now, but I'm capturing my sound.
Wasn't it like a story of heroes, fate, and destiny? Or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. But, Joji Nakata says it, so it's cool.
It is cool. Also, do you know what something I realized I have a extreme aesthetic appreciation for? When a villain of a previous season narrates the opening to the next season. It seems super specific, but man, actually, no, I fucking love this feeling. Like when Gatia.
Yeah.
Narrates the Lost Belt opening.
Yeah.
And
also, they play the new Lost Belt Grand Medal theme, which kind of claps. So
yeah. Or unfortunately, well, some people would get this. Or for the Endwalker trailer, Emmett Selk, who was the big bad of the Shadowbringers expansion, narrates it. It's good. I mean, oh man, I actually really dig this aesthetic. I don't know why. I love villains.
You spend a lot of time with villains, and usually they're the more dynamic characters for various reasons. Mm-hmm. Anyway, go watch Trope Talk. Also drink, and now we move on. So this next one comes from, it's October, and you know what that means. Pumpkins. I mean, lightsabers. And skeletons. Wait, I mean, to say spaceships. Apparently. Go, go, go! There's a lot on your plate, my dude. Nothing to say much, besides I hope Only Land treated you guys well. Good luck on your Ishtar Calamity J rolls if you're going on that banner, as well as good luck to everyone else. I'm personally skipping and going for Super Orion, and I hope you all have a great week. Until next time, see ya. You see, I can live without Space Ishtar, because I have a summer comma in like 2 years, and that will feel that niche appropriately. And while I do like my Ren faces, I must hold my Sakura faces in higher regard. But I do feel like a little like, about maybe skipping Calamity Jane, because I don't think she's like necessarily like, what's the word I want to say? Nope. Sorry, that's in Resentment's chat, not Lucky.
Oh.
I'm bonking the live chat.
Because Calamity Jane seems nice and neat and a swell girl to be around. She's not, I won't necessarily call her like, Mawafu, but I like her. I like the cut of her jib.
Also.
So I'm like,
there is the fact that she's like a constant support unit in the event as you do. So, you're going to hang out.
Yeah, so I'm just like, So I do want me a Calamity Jane, but, that's one of those things of like, do I start dipping into that fun now? Because, like I said, I have that MHX altar banner. It's right there. I'm like,
yeah, and unfortunately, the 4-star on rate up on that is Munyanori.
I don't think I have him at MP5, and I do have him max leveled. He is single target arts, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So I have a use for him. So I won't be necessarily. I will not be like disappointed if I get more copies of him, but I need that MHA. I want that Calamity Jane. And I'm just like, So I don't know. I might spend what I have on hand on that first banner for maybe a Calamity Jane. If I get one Calamity Jane, I'm like, I'm out. Bye.
Hey, Lucky, just do the first challenge quest. They'll give you 5 tickets.
Actually, is Saber Wars II time locked at all?
Is it time locked? It's a mission event. Spoilers for like 30 minutes from now. So to access your stuff, you have to unlock missions, but I don't know if it's time gated at all.
Interesting.
You might be able to just speedrun the missions. Chat will let me know. I didn't see any reference to a time gate, but also sometimes the formatting on event guides is awful.
Is it the second challenge quest that gives you tickets? That's bullshit.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not. It's the mission, once you've completed mission 98 or 99, which is do all other 98 missions, you unlock the first challenge quest. Then you do the second challenge quest, that unlocks mission 100. That clears mission 100, which gives you the 5 tickets. The 100th mission is just complete the first challenge quest. I think it's I think it's the first one, the Dark Rounds. If it's both challenge quests, I can't remember what I said this in reference to, but if I ever meet the guy who designed that mechanic, I'm gonna twist his dick off. I'm gonna give him the old dick twist. Yeah, no, Dark Rounds is the first one. I believe it's the first. It's challenge quest 1. I can pull this up. Like I said, sometimes these wiki pages are not organized well. So this is why I do not claim to be the pregame is not an end all one-stop shop. But let's see mission list. Go to missions 81 to 100. Okay, so it is complete Dark Rounds to get the there. Oh, is that the second one? Yeah, that might be the second one. So hold on, let me see. It's 98 complete 90 missions. So mission 99 is I'm looking at it. Mission 99 is clear the first 98 missions, unlocks the Galaxy Guardian change quest. Then does that unlock the second challenge quest? Okay, yeah, alright, so I guess Dark Round Shadow is the next one. And you gotta buy a fucking wanted poster? God damn. Okay, so you need to do both challenge. That's even worse. I double down on how shitty that is. You gotta do 2 challenge quests. Why would you do that to me? And you gotta pay, you have to farm currency to do that second challenge quest. That sucks butts. I'm glad they never do that again. Well, okay, never mind. I'm gonna skip those 5 tickets, because I refuse on principle. It's dumb and it should feel dumb. I'm only gonna complete 98 missions. I don't give a shit. But yeah, no. Where were we? We were making jokes about the tickets, so.
Yes. Sorry, I'm futzing with brick walls again. Do I want to do it here? Yeah, probably. Hang on. What are bricks? There we go.
I mean, if I get a Space Ishtar, I'm pretty sure I can do the quest, because there's crazy high damage boosting in this event, but we'll have to see if I can get Space Ishtar and level her to level 100 by the time the event ends.
Also, remember, strong is relative, Tyranno. Again, do we have a Buntoria? Do we have a Lancelot?
No, I don't have a Buntoria. You would know
Again.
that if you listened and paid attention to me.
Again, strong is relative, my dude.
And also, which Lancelot? The one that requires the Scotty Lancelot? Don't have that. I mean, I have that Lancelot. I think he's like NP4, but I don't have the Scotty, so it doesn't fucking matter. If it's single target Lancelot, I do have that guy. I don't see how he'd be relevant. All these bosses are Sabers, and that one Archer. Is it Scotty? I mean, okay. Spoilers for the pregame. There's like 150% raw damage up in this event. Like, just from CEs, there's 2 separate damage up CEs. One is party, one is individual. So, like, you can crank those numbers. I don't know. There will be a guide that will be in more detail. Lord Ashura will make it. You guys should look that up if you're concerned about, like, CQ comps and stuff. I was personally going to go look it up. I still feel kind of annoyed and don't want to, like, buy into Delightworks' scheme to make me do challenge quests, because the fact that they're making me do the challenge quest for 100% completion, and I still have to pay fucking currency. I need to pay event currency to access the challenge quest for bragging rights, basically, is dumb, and I don't like it. But we should move on to the next question, then. Oh my god, this next person has so many line breaks, you don't need them. You're not writing in full paragraphs, you're writing one line.
So this next one comes from a Notorious Stan who says, "Greetings. Questions. Omega, do you have a fan servant idea for Sir Mac, the Knight of the Round Table? He was a werewolf."
This person also watches OSP. No, I have not. Because Sir Marek of the Round Table is not very well known. So I'd have to dig in there a little.
Lucky, did you ever watch Static Shook?
All these line breaks and still...
The animated series. I like their version of Anansi the Spider for the 2 episodes they had him in. Keep up the great work. Listening to your content helps me deal with my depression. Robin continues to be a gremlin. See, that's the only thing I can count on you for, Robin, being a gremlin. That's it.
I can count on Robin to do time codes. Sometime.
At some point.
Eventually.
Maybe.
So about Static Shook.
So about Static Shook, no, Static Shock was actually super important to my childhood. I watched the fuck out of it. I would watch the fuck out of it again if I could.
I also
Static
Shock
Shock.
show. What is that on something?
Static.
I'm gonna look up if you can stream it.
Static Shock was the show that helped me actually come to grips with my.
Of course it fucking is.
What?
SDC. It's HBO Max. God damn you, WB.
Yeah, no. Static Shock was the show that actually helped me come to grips with my black heritage. Believe it or not. Because when I was growing up, I'm a half black kid in the 90s, where this is like this is 90s when gangster rap and all these big movements come out for black representation and media and sports was happening. And so all the black kids either wanted to be a rapper or an athlete.
That's not new Lucky Lore.
No.
It's Lucky Lore. Listen better. Open your ears.
And me, I didn't particularly like that. I never really identified with those kind of things. I'm not super into sports, and while I do like some rap and hip hop, I don't double down on it. I'm a man of I appreciate all tastes. Before I got into anime and stuff, I listen to a lot of rock, alternative, emo, rap, hip hop. There's some country in there, all sorts of stuff. And so I always felt this super big disconnect between me and my fellow black people, because I never really never acted or thought like them. Then I watched Static Shock, and Static Shock was really fucking great, because here's this black kid with a cop father, another thing about among family, who's hanging out with this nerdy ass white kid, and fought against what was basically, you can essentially consider, a gang member, Ebon.
Yeah, if you have not watched Static Shock in a while, I remember this because it actually has come up a few times. Especially in the first season, but the opening episode is very unsubtle about what it's about.
Yeah. And watching Static Shock made me like realize like no, like I can just kind of be the black kid that I want to be. And he's like don't start no trouble, you know, trying to treat people like who they are and stuff. So no, like Static Shock was like super important to me growing up.
And you know Static is okay because Virgil was cool with Batman. That's how you know he was. That's how you know he was legit.
No, but no, like God, man, I every fucking year I'm all like, are we gonna get a new Static Shock? We're gonna get a new series? Maybe a movie? He deserves it. You all fucking know he deserves it.
Correct.
But no.
There was a cameo in Young Justice, but Young Justice was weird. Also, I mean, I say cameo. It was a subplot in the second season, but the second season had like 50 subplots.
Like, but yeah, there's some lucky lore for you there. Ugh. So, with that though, we'll move on. This next one comes from, I think the cat girl guildmate is looking at my bunny with lewd eyes. Yes, this probably is correct. In Final Fantasy XIV, everyone's horny on main. They say, no questions this week. Just been playing 14 a lot lately, 6 weeks in. I got 1 level 70 job and 3 level 55 to 60 jobs. Hoping to join my mates in Endwalker. Good luck on your rolls for Space Ishtar, and don't get salt on the rolls, gentlemen. I'll put salt, pepper, and paprika all over these fucking rolls. You can't stop me. I'm glad you're enjoying Final Fantasy XIV. I'm probably gonna go play some after this. Is there such a thing as lime powder?
I believe so, yeah. So you get like lime flavoring. I'm pretty sure anything that's got like a, you know, like a real like body, it's a thing like a fruit. You can dehydrate that shit and grind it up in a mortar and pestle.
I should try that. Usually I just zest limes when I want that lime spice. Huh.
I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something that they use for like you know how every sour candy is, right? And it's got that crystal stuff on it. There's got to be something they can render down. That's probably synthetic these days, but it started somewhere.
Yeah, true. I need to pull up the hydrator because I need to I need to make jerky. I tweeted about this too, but don't let your coworkers know that you are actually pretty good at cooking. They'll want you to cook stuff.
Don't let anyone know your true power level.
It's true. So with that, we'll move on. I could be a gremlin, just skip this one, but I won't. So this next one comes from the Bird of Tin Q, who says, "Sup dudes, I'm just wishing you a good time, des. Good thing this was posted at a good time, des."
38 minutes ago. Which I do believe would only mean that it was only legitimized because Lucky refreshed in the middle of the show. Because we are currently at 1 hour and 48 of raw recording time. Luckily we're on the last bits, and most of these are not questions.
Right.
Well, half and half, whatever.
So, this next one comes from SakuraFan07, waiting to blast off into space, who says, "Hey, Lucky Omega, how you guys doing? Here are your queries for the week. Omega, with Tsukihime melty blood..." Omega, with Tsukihime Melty Blood gaining popularity on the American shores, how likely do you think would a Melty Blood Tsukihime collab event be for next year? Would Shikitonu be the full Ishtar welfare, Arcuit be the God Chef 5-star, and CL be the 4-star servants, and what would their classes be?
Somebody pick up that phone, because Lucky called it! Ring ring, motherfuckers. Yeah, this is why I didn't say anything. I knew this was happening.
And Lucky, here's your question. First, is your scooter fixed yet? No. Hopefully by the time you... Oh, I should have called that one too. Someone's gonna ask me about my goddamn scooter.
Well, this one guy literally asks you about your scooter every week.
Yeah. Hopefully it is by the time you read this. If not, I'm sure if back in Koya Skya for a new scooter would be safe, would probably be rocket powered or something. Actually, it'd probably run on the tears of infants. And second, how dangerous would a Santa comma be for a Christmas event? I have a feeling that was asked before.
I feel like
Santa?
Sorry, I yawned. We've been here a little bit. It's now 10 o'clock at night. I believe this person specifically asked about this before.
I mean, Santa comma would just be dangerous? Yes. How can comma not be dangerous? But also, no, my scooter's not fixed yet. Like I said, I haven't had time to take it apart because I do a lot of stuff. And I'm pretty sure, and we have, I know for a fact we have answered the one.
Yeah, we've answered the Tsukihime before. If you want a specific answer, because I think they may be one of the first people to bring up, Shikitono specifically. I do actually think he will not appear. Usually, those characters don't, you may have noticed. Like, Shiro only appears as Muramasa, for instance. And Mikaya is only CE. Hell, we don't even have We got, like, literally 2 characters from Kara no Kyokai, one of whom is only on a banner. Did Fujino eventually get an interlude? I think she did. That's about it. But yeah, no, I actually think that Shiki Tono will probably not be in there. One, because we already have 2 Shikis who are pretty good, so it'd be very weird to, like, build a new one. But no, that gives you some wiggle room.
Arco would still just be a fucking 5-star Berserker, and then
Yes.
CL would probably be a 4-star Archer.
Yeah.
Hikitoni, they could probably stick him with some sort of legendary assassin figure, probably. But I don't know if he'd be the welfare. I don't fucking know. It might be like how they did fucking Assassin Enemy and fucking, or should they could just make him a counter guardian? Why the fuck not?
I don't know, nothing about nothing.
Yeah. No, Santa servants are not, well, technically, you're right. The Santa servant is, but they usually always also come up with something super else, something dangerous. And no, even if it's welfare, I'm probably might be blowing my load on something else. I still cry that I will not be rolling for the Saber Foe this year. God damn it.
Listen, we got shit to do. There's too many banners.
Too many banners. Oh yeah, they say keep up the great work and stay safe and cool, you two. Just waiting on the Saber Wars II pre-release and the Saber Wars II event. You guys rock.
Yep.
I could have swore that Fujino had an interlude at like Summer 4 or something.
It's funny. I could have sworn in 17 interlude campaigns, I could have sworn she got one.
She has a rank up.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, so Fujino's not really a character at FGO.
No, Fujino.
She just exists and breaks bridges. She's a very useful unit, but she's not really a character as far as I can tell. That's a little bit of a shame.
She made me donuts. Super appreciated that. There's a tiny bridge.
Yeah, tiny bridge candies. You got to break it in half. You can't eat the bridge candy whole.
No, it's not breaking in half. You have to twist it in half. I'll make her hold one end and then I'll twist it on the other hand, and we'll foo. Yes.
When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie, that's amore. I don't think that's actually the song of Lady and the Tramp, but that's definitely been the song used in, like, parodies. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Lady and the Tramping Together chocolate. We're here to talk about these last 3 mailbags. So we're
going to talk about these last 3 mailbags. So this next one comes from Alias Z, who says, comment, hey, Lucky and Mega just checking in to say hi and saying good vibes again this week. No question, just vibes. I appreciate your vibes, my dude. Again, guys, I'm going to repeat this again. If you don't have anything to say, just send some good vibes and well wishes. That's all you have to do. You don't have to come up with something. You don't.
Positive engagement. Just don't oversell it. You're fine.
I super appreciate good vibes. I really do. I need them. I need them in my life. But that is for another time, so we're going to move on. This next one comes from a high priest suffering through Inktober despite doing a fine jump so far. Listen, art is suffering. That's it.
And suffering is art?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fucking Renaissance paintings about that shit. It's like, is this hell? Well, yes. Why? Why not? Hey guys, I tried looking up the Assembly of the Eighth Sacrament just recently, got a bit confused. Are they actually consisting of church members or something else? I tried looking up on the wiki and got more confused as it is. Thanks to my autistic brain. Is there a simple answer for this? Thank you for answering. The simple answer is yes, they are part of the church, but they're kind of like a Black Ops section of the church that goes around beating up scary things that should never see the light of day.
Yeah, we did a Teach Me Holy Church sometime in the past, and yes, the Eighth Sacrament is the Holy Churches, which is not the actual Roman Catholic Church, because Anime Catholic Church. That's what they are. They're the Anime Catholic Church, the ACC. The Eighth Sacrament is the church's version of Magecraft, and so the Assembly of the Eighth Sacrament are their mage guys who do mage things.
Magey.
And handle holy relics. Yeah, there you go. Simple answer.
Mm-hmm. So with that...
hopefully you can dig up that Teach Me.
Mm-hmm. So this next one comes from Mr. Sloth, who says, Lucky and Omega.
I feel like this is like a meta joke that's been running through the weeks. Next week he's just going to write Mr. Sloth or something. Not even going to acknowledge us.
Anyway, that's it.
Alright, that's Mailbag. We're going to take a brief intermission, then I'm going to learn to say intermission correctly and not whatever I just said this then. And do the Saber Wars pregame, where I will probably say more things incorrectly because I have a lot of notes to read. So, we'll be right back after these messages.
Look forward to it.
And we're back. Huzzah. Well told.
Huzzah.
Alrighty. It's time to move on to our big tentpole at the end here, the Saber Wars II pregame. The pregame that is Saber Wars II. Because, once again, I have absolutely no fucking idea when Delightworks is going to run this event, when Aniplex will decide to port this over, so we're just going to do the pregame now, and then we don't have to worry about it. I'm sure next week we'll have even more Halloween stuff to yell about. So, let us begin with my notes. In our Halloween slot this year, we have Saber Wars II. This is a sequel to Saber Wars featuring the Servant Universe and Space. According to chat, it's non-canon, I guess. I don't know. It could be kind of a dream, like that one time with MHXA's Trial Quest. So, mostly, this is a mission event. There is a slice of special currency, Artorium returns, but it's only a spendable resource on unlocking event quests and bounty quests, basically. So you spend it to unlock certain quests to do more stuff, to unlock more missions, and do more missions, and unlock more stuff. You get to crawl all the way up to that mission list, and then slam into the last 2 for CQs. Yay. By the way, I get that the second CQ is really complex. I do not like the look of the first one, because that's MH with her second break bar is like 1.6 million HP, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. You're gonna make me work for that shit. But we're not here to talk about that yet. We're here to talk about the fact that this will have somewhere around 26 entries in the main story. It's not linear, necessarily. You do a lot of moving around through space to different areas to do different things. So completing these main story quests will grant you the new mystic code, Captain Chaldea. We heard you like space, bro. Space. What about space? Space. That guy's Luigi now, by the way. Space guy, they cast him as Luigi. What the fuck, Mr. Miyamoto? Anyway, watch what's up. I want to remind everybody what the Captain Chaldea skills do. Alright, yeah, so skill number 1 increases a servant's NP damage for 1 turn, and then removes their offensive debuffs. So, pretty cool. Star Blaster gives you increased critical damage for 1 turn, and then Escape Pod is evasion and a heal. Ooh. It's only one hit 3 turns, but it's also a 3k heal max. I like this. I will like this command code. Or not command code, this mystic code. Other kind of code. There's also some command codes in this. Those are later. So, by the way, this is the very first quest. Normally where you'd get like a temporary welfare or something? Well, there's no welfare in this event, so they just give you a new mystic code. Cheers. You'll get a free copy of the 3-star CE. You will get numerous CE EXPs. Approximately 220 mana prisms. Yeah, I counted. 6 Saint Quartz, a Grail, and a rank up for MHX at the end, as we discussed. That is the epilogue quest, gives you the MHX buff. So keep an eye out for it. Now, mobs in story can be decently chunky, Expect 5 or 6 digits. Also expect a lot of them to be sabers, but there will be other classes as well. But it's Saber Wars, there's a lot of sabers in story. For bosses, you can expect them to be between 200 and 400k HP regularly. Sometimes it's split into 2 or 3 HP bars. So, pretty chunky. There are multiple sources of bonus damage in this event, so that's probably why. I don't think it's as absurd as Oniland because it doesn't scale, but there's no free lunch in this story. You're going to have to do some work. And once again, most of them are sabers, but there are a few other standouts in there. I want to warn you that there's a Billy the Kid saber who charges his NP gauge every turn, and you have to defeat him with just Space Ishtar. There's going to be a Saber Anastasia, who has class advantage against archers, because fuck you, I guess. There will be a fight against Tama Cat with 2 break bars, where she'll drop a lot of curse damage on you. She, auto gives you, 3/3/3 curse damage for, 10 turns or something. Watch out for that. There is a very funny haha Lancelot fight, which auto ends if Mysterious Heroine X is on the field when you break his first HP bar. It's because his ascension, or his outfit changes, and she's like, "Hey, aren't you Lancelot?" And then he's just like, "Oh no, Scarper!" Pokemon escape sound. So I know that's technically a spoiler, but because it's a free fight, I wanted to let you know, because that's fucking hilarious. I want everybody to do that. There is also a Saber Jean Yu. Are you noticing a theme here, guys? He has a debuff that reduces your buster effectiveness on that front row constantly. There's going to be a Gawain fight with a mixed fight. You have to fight a chicken and a sea star as well as Gawain. He has a lot of buff nullification he gives you, followed by a Benny Enma boss fight, where she gets bonus NP charges when you hit her with buster cards. Is this also a theme? I don't know, but don't rely on buster strats. Don't do that. You will be actively punished. Switch Space Ishtar's type to Arts or Quick only. There's also, by the way, a Munenori boss fight, which has no gimmicks, but is just straight up he has 600k HP. Again, if you are working on getting your extra bonus damage CEs, not a huge problem, but the party one, I don't believe you can get your 5th copy until you complete the main story, so you're not going to be able to go full damage on this, so watch out. Bring some extra juice. Now, in general, I also want to throw this out there. This story uses a lot of hopeless fights. It would be tedious for me to list them all. There's so many. There's like half a dozen. Basically, I've said this before, but if you run into a fight which seems impossible because either the enemy's HP values are huge or they have crazy damage resistance, you probably just need to stall it out for a few turns. Sometimes this is as short as like 3 turns, otherwise it's like 5. You don't usually have to eat an NP, but you might have to. So yeah, there's plenty of stall, unfortunately. Now, there is an exception to this. This is the final boss. The final boss seems like an impossible fight, but it is not. If you do not have access to these items called Goddess Scriptures, she will just kick you out of the quest when you start it. Like, you start it and immediately get yeeted. If you have obtained the 6 Goddess Scriptures, though, which you can get from special... Basically, you can get them as, like, event unlocks or drops, and then you spend them to do special quests. Without, like, a diagram, this is a little unclear to me, but basically, get Goddess Scriptures good. Use Goddess Scriptures on Goddess Scriptures quests. When you do all 6 Goddess Scriptures quests, you can beat the final boss. Which basically, you will have a big punch-up of Space Ishtar versus Space Ishtar with story buffs! Love it. Crazy good story buffs. I think your Space Ishtar heals like 80k HP a turn. Like, it's like a Kiara or Kama boss fight almost. I mean, it's not like as involved as like Kiara Punishers and the Tokugawa Index or anything like that. But like, if you actually go through the extra steps to get the Goddess Scriptures, the fight seems like it's pretty fun and not super involved. You know, fun stuff. Also, there are a lot of support solo fights where you have to play as just Space Ishtar or just Calamity Jane or something. Some of which are also hopeless fights, so watch out for that. That I'm not super keen on.
Arco, did you just draw characters wearing glasses so they can sell fucking Glammy glasses?
Yeah, I do believe so.
How dare!
I mean, to be fair, I think all those models for the Extella glasses series existed. Definitely that Charlemagne one. So she may just have redrawn some old assets. But yes, absolutely no. They're trying to sell you fake glasses because they do that. I don't need glasses, but if I did. Yes, unfortunately, the main story is a little bit of a slog. Robin's talking about how he doesn't sound super enthused. Yeah, no, there is quite a bit of make work involved here. Hopefully you can go room on your damage bonus and you'll be okay. You will at least have access to story support NPCs who will have CEs, story support NPCs with CEs attached. And I will talk about that a little bit later, but they're kind to you. It's mostly the plus 100% bonus damage ones, so you'll have some extra padding to work through the story, but yeah, there's a little bit of, like, you may or may not end up with a lot of, like, dramatic shit happening because, well, it's Saber Wars II. So, yeah, there's some of that. There are also these quests called bounty quests, which are necessary for the mission list and also drop Mondo QP. The starting quest, bounty quest, starts with dropping, like, 1 million QP, and it goes up from there. Now, you unlock these by both clearing missions that unlock them and buying the wanted posters in the store with Artorium, so it's kind of a double unlock feature. Watch out for that if you're, like, working on your missions early. Now, unfortunately, there's over a dozen of them. I think there's 15, and they're all mini challenge quest style, so breaking them down would take us way too long. I would literally have to list 15 quests and their gimmicks. I don't think we need to do that, though, because these are all only 5 AP. So, they're not, like, free, but they're low AP cost. You can experiment. In general, there's a lot of class-switching shenanigans, though, in high HP pools, so watch out for enemies who are like, start as Saber, and then you break their bar, and suddenly they're a Berserker. There's a lot of Sabers in this event, in case you couldn't tell. There are some special bounties you need to access, though, because they give you the command codes when you clear them, and they drop the scriptures you need, so keep an eye out for that. In general, if you are having trouble advancing the story, clear more missions, unlock more nodes, clear more bounties, which also unlocks more missions, and, blah, blah, blah. The usual mission event patois. Now, free quests are much simpler. There's no scaling difficulty here. They're all based on locations on the event map, and they are all 40 AP, and they are all monoclass, except for the last one, that is ruler bosses with Zerk Moms, but that's not a big deal. And also, they only cap out at, like, 100 and 180k HP. That's right, in an event where you can get, like, plus 250% damage or something, the bosses are only like 180k HP. Farming will not be a problem. So, yeah, farming should be simple. It's the story that's going to be very long and drawn out and involved. But, mission events. Now, completing the mission list will net you 5 copies of the party damage CE and 1 copy of the single target damage CE. Thank Christ. That's right, there's 2 separate CEs in this event, and both of them have 5 copies you can get. No need to worry about drops. Praise the Space Jesus. Thank you, Lesbian Space Jesus. Now, you will also get plenty of Artorium drops in the event. You will get code keys and cleaners, gold foes, MPs, apples, and materials such as stingers, bones, snake gems, grease, bells, feathers, hearts, claws, bloodstones, spinal fluid, soaps, seeds, steaks, ice, and lanugos. You get like 10 or 15 of these in the mission list. In 5 drop notes. You also get some Saber Archer Assassin gems and a lore. The Saber Archer Assassin gems are not... I mean, it's like 5 of each. That's not super a lot, but it's a lot. And also, we talked about this before, Mission 99 gives you 5 tickets, but you have to complete basically both CQs to do it. That's kind of fun. That's great. I love this. I love having to beat up allegedly the hardest fight in the game for 5 tickets, and also having to beat up another fight that involves 1.6 million HP. That's cool. Thanks, guys. Basically, what I'm telling you is if you're a completionist, you may have a bad time. You might need to remember to work hard on your damage CEs and think about your party comp and do a little bit of extra effort today. Luckily, I think you only need to complete the first 98 missions to get the lore in the mission list. Thank Christ. There is also a mission shop for you. I said shop there with 2 P's and an E. Fancy. I also want to throw out there, I haven't heard from Lucky in like 5 minutes. I think he's still in this glasses hole. Like, I don't know if Lucky's alive.
No, I'm alive. I am trying to draw a tear of it.
Okay. At least it's not the brick wall again.
No,
there's a joke there for sure about metaphors. But Lucky wasn't even excited when I said bones.
Listen, I don't care. Like, it's gonna be like 30 bones. I need hundreds of bones.
That's true. No, it's only like 15 or 20 bones. He will not obtain a whole skeleton.
God damn it!
They come in these lovely 5-bone packages, but no, there's only like 3 or 4 of them because there's like so many different mats. The shop though will also provide you with the usual EXPs and foes, along with 4 copies of the damage CE. Reminder, the other one's in the mission list. Some CE XPs, Saber Archer Assassin statues. Gee, I wonder why. It will also give you materials such as gunpowder, void dust, octuplet crystals, dragon fangs, gears, reactors, stand arrows, that's good, those are new, mirrors, and scarabs. It will also contain costumes for MHX and Space Ishtar, which are unlocked through the story. Space Ishtar is basically a palette swap that's story relevant, and MHX is she gets access to her Ultra Heroine Z costume, so now she can be all white and stuff, all blanco. Now, for story support, which I mentioned earlier, we will mostly be hanging out with MHX, Space Ishtar, and Calamity Jane in the story, all of whom are the top tier of bonus servants, getting plus 100% damage and plus 50% bond, so that's actually really nice. You will almost always have access to a story support servant with big bonus damage. Thank Christ. At least when you're doing story. And for general farming, that's important as well. Our second tier of bonus servants is plus 50% damage and plus 20% bond. This includes Altera, Sigurd, Benny Enma, Gawain, Munenori, Emiya Alter, Billy the Kid, Taiga, Anastasia, Zhang Yu, MHXA, Tammo Cat, Lancelot Berserker, King Protea, and MHXX. And then for just plus 30% damage and 20% bond, you have access to Saber Lily, Brave Liz, Nero, Ishtar, Emiya, Aresh Kigal, Liz, and Caster Liz. So, all the Lizes who aren't mecha. Okita, J Soji, and Hijikata. And if you have an OG Saber Classic, not one of that new Saber or Saber Zero or anything, no Cherry Saber, she gives you bonus Artorium drops. I don't think she does bonus damage or anything, she just gives you extra currency drops. I don't know how required those are, but I would like to remind you, I did say that if you want to access that second challenge quest and get those 5 tickets and that third lore, you will need to spend, I think you need to buy the wanted poster for 1,000 Artorium, so watch out for that. And also, yes, I am saying Artorium, even though the translation of FGO will incorrectly call it Altrium, because Artoria is superior. It's even in the Melty Blood translation, which is still so funny to me. But here we are. Where was I? Yes. So after all the talk about like support lists and bonus servants and stuff, obviously, of course, there will be a banner. There's actually 2 banners. 2 banners. Banner 1 is going to be Space Ishtar and Calamity Jane, along with bonus drop CEs. And the second one is MHXA and Munenori plus CEs. And keep in mind, these CEs are drops only, and they are... this is the only thing that advances drops. Bonus servants are just damage and bond, with only Artoria being the other currency. Also, shout out to Saber Wars II for making the event currency possibly the most simple and obvious event currency I've ever seen. They are called Saber badges. They are gold, silver, and bronze. That's it. I don't think we've seen this simple of a drop system since one of the Neurofests that had medals. Hey, I wonder what CE benefits this lowest tier of currency drops, the bronze ones. Oh, well, it's not the bronze CE, because that would be too on the nose, but it's the lowest rarity CE. Real simple. And that's basically all I got. Happy hunting. I know I kind of sped read that one, but unfortunately with the way this is set up with its, like, pseudo bounty hunting theme, it reminds me a little bit of kind of how the event mission list for Kara Kokai worked, actually. You know, with kind of you going to the different apartments and seeing different things. Some of which were actually kind of challenging at the time. Remember that one quest for the key with the ghosts that were, like, unlimited HP? Damn. But there's not a lot to extrapolate on without, like, literally listing every boss fight in this event. So you will probably want a guide to double check, or like I said, those bounty hunting quests are just 5 AP. You can probably just give them a whiz and see what happens. Clearing the free quests will give you some more apples as well. I don't know if I mentioned that in my notes earlier, but it's the usual. You clear some free quests, you'll get some apples. So I don't want to say it's all in all looks like to be a fun event, because there does seem to be a little bit of the HP bloat at the end, but it's definitely going to be a dramatic event. You know, there's a lot of dramatic missions in here and stuff like that. And otherwise, actually completing your mission list should be pretty simple. It's stuff like, you know, beat up lawful servants, complete X quests at this location, which is clearly named, and defeat so many Saber-class enemies. Oh, so many Saber-class enemies. Guys, it's called Saber Wars. Do you get it? There's a lot of sabers. That's it. That's the pregame. There's a lot of sabers.
Yay, sabers.
And unfortunately, I guess that's basically the show. We're only at like 2 hours, but I mean, that's it. That's what I got. That's the pregame. I could make it like 4 hours if I described to you every single thing the bosses do, because they all have break bars and they all do things when you break their bars, because goddamn it. But no, I think that's the gist of it. Honestly, if you like, just from my like high level looking at it, if you want my thoughts on this, like, for story quests, remember that the story supports will have CEs and they will be the bonus servants who have the most bonus damage for free. And then just probably focus on buying the damage CEs out of the store, and if you see them, working on the missions that unlock the damage CEs. As I brought up earlier, you can't get your last copy of the party damage CE, I think, until the, like, literally the mission that unlocks it is clear the epilogue. So, yeah. But you can probably stack yourself with some bonus damage for some of those spicier quests. And, I mean, I think there's definitely some fun stuff here. Like, you know, you get the new Mystic Code right out of the gate. That's cool. It's neat. And I like that Mystic Code. It seems cool. I'm probably going to wear it the entire time and be on theme. Because I'm a cool guy who's on theme.
I have no thoughts. I will do a vent.
Head empty, no thoughts, only space.
Space!
Just show me the image of that cat with, like, the leaf on its head and it blasting its mind into space. The prophecy is true. Love that meme. But, yeah, no, I think it's kind of what I'm thinking of. It's not exactly what I'm thinking of, but that's kind of there. But, yeah, I mean, it's no Halloween, but we'll see if it's as annoying as farming for Oniland was. Like, I think at least they learned their lesson from Oniland, right? Yeah, Lucky's got it. That's the one. That cat just doesn't know what to do when you put a flower on its head. But like I was saying, as opposed to Oniland, where, like, the story stuff was mostly fine, it's just that farming of the event was hella tedious, Saber Wars II seems to have gone the other direction, where, yes, there are some forced, you know, stall fights and stuff like that, presumably interlinked to this, you know, crazy woo space narrative, with many Star Wars references. You have to go to the Castle Sistige Star. There's the Dark Mana. It's all the things. There's a Space Sargasso Sea, stuff like that. Seems fun. There's some, like, special story boss fights on, like, meteors that come in. Like, there's a King Protea one, by the way. It's not like the King Protea CQ, like, tier, but there's a small story fight with her that shows up, like, on a meteor, and you're like, ooh, neat. She's like a kaiju in a meteor. But no, like, generally the story stuff seems like it's the more tedious or more complex, and then the farming seems like it's butt simple. Like I said, I did not clock in the wiki an enemy boss in a wave with over 200k HP. In an event where you can get this much bonus damage, that's chump change. None of them are like moon cancers, so if you get Space Ishtar, who comes with plus 100% damage for free, you will probably be able to very easily farm this event. So that is good. I love monoclass and I love simple farming. Will I love all the story stuff? I don't know. We'll see. You know me. I'm a big Star Wars fan, but sometimes tedious quests are tedious, you know? And that's the pregame. It's out of the way. If you are looking forward to Wanted Space Ishtar, that will still come out. We do still do those, even though our views on that have, like, hella tanked over the last year. I guess not every servant can be Scotty. But, I will still do that. I will just do that when we are much closer to when Space Ishtar comes out, because that's usually when people are doing the searches. That's that SEO, that search engine optimization. But yes, I will still do it. We will go out there. We will check it out. And I will work through that. Yes, no, Architect has a great point. No, our views will be back for Castor Artoria in about a year. More like 9 months? 9. I'm going to say 9.
9?
9? Okay, well, like I said, that's all I got. Happy hunting. Literally, it's a bounty hunting thing. You're space bounty hunters.
Space.
It's very funny considering Metroid Dread just came out. Not that I think Samus is going to do a lot of bounty hunting in Dread, but you know what I mean. And I think then it's time to just wrap up the show. I mean, we don't want to overstay our welcome.
Nope.
You overstay your welcome, you're likely to get your house egged. We're gonna take the candy and run.
Wait!
And we'll do the wrap-up, I think. So next week, obviously, whatever kind of news we have about Saber Wars II, we will communicate to you. I presume we will be getting announcements by next week. They're not gonna, like, stall out the whole time. But I don't know if it'll actually have started by next week. Straight up don't know. We'll see. I also am presuming JP will also have announced whatever like actual Halloween thing they're doing at the end of the month is, because that'll be about a week out from when the Halloween Trilogy thing happened. Is it next week? I have been seeing some preview images for the next batch of Grand Carnival, but I don't know if it is airing next week. I don't think it was posted in News Desk, so I do not know. If somebody knows about Grand Carnival episodes, speak now in chat or forever hold your peace. That's actually a lie. Speak up in the comments when this video is on YouTube. The comment section. It exists. We look there. But yeah, that's basically where our news is at. We'll let you fill in about anything. I'm sure we'll, have some explosive stuff to go through or whatever. But that's going to be it from us, I think, for this week.
Mm-hmm.
This episode recorded on October the 8th. 2021, in case you can't tell, by time-space relativity. Or as somebody in Patreon chat called it, March 224th. But yeah, let's get on out of here. Lucky's gonna poke brick walls and play 14, and like I said, I want to get this episode fired out. It is, okay. Last minute update, October 13th, next batch of the Carnivalaring. That's neat. We got any word on, did they announce the Blu-ray for that in the West?
Yeah, and I would have seen it probably by now.
No, okay. Still waiting on news. Dear Aniplex. Also stream things. That's all I got on that. Alright. Doing the outro. Boom. I burst through the brick wall into the outro. Oh yeah. The outro goes a little something like this. If you like this episode, please give us a like on YouTube. Speaking of search engine optimization and algorithms. If you have any comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. That's very funny. That's a good emote. It's just like popping in like, hoomst! Hoo-ja!
It still needs some cleanup, but it's almost done.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's just for patrons. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see, probably.
Maybe.
You might see if you join us on Discord. That link is, as always, in the video description and on our channel page. We have custom emotes there you can emote with, and other fun Discord things. You, too, can go watch Kamen Rider instead of listening to the episode live.
Are they? Oh my god, there are so many people there. Well, actually, we almost have them beat. But Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if the couple of those people who were patrons who could listen live bailed, we'd beat them. I love how, as we're talking about them, I know that's not what happened, but it's like Dallas felt our cold hands against his back and stopped. He stopped just then as we brought it up. Dallas, when you listen back to this, the moment you stopped being live streaming, that's when we saw that, just then. We're on to you. That's our Discord, check it out. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe to our channel, so you can always get our latest videos, get that sweet, sweet Wanted Space Ishtar, see our shows like Let's Take FGO and What's Up every week, check out our streams, all kinds of good stuff. Even if you're already subscribed, you should hit that bell for notifications. You'll always know when we post a new video or when we stream. We will be streaming What's Up, presumably later today, if this comes out in a timely manner, knock on wood. It should. The episode is not very long. God. Please. Internet. Computer. Don't fuck me. Don't hurt me, YouTube.
Don't fuck me, bro.
But, after Let's Talk FGO comes out, usually we do What's Up later in the afternoons. We talked about it earlier. It's our show about anything. It's like Reverse Seinfeld. It's a show that can be about whatever we want. It's not about nothing. So we do that with a little bit of gameplay. No idea what Lucky's going to play this week. It'll be something. And we'll talk about things. I have a couple of things to talk about, if I remember them. I probably will. Or won't. Tune in to find out. But let's see. Subs, notifications. I've done this so many times. You think I remember exactly what it is that comes next. And I do. You should also consider supporting our channel memberships. Get access to emotes and membership badges. Those emotes are good anywhere on our channel. Comments, mailbags, whatever. It's cool. And you get a little badge. It's neat. You also get a special once-a-month shout-out button in the live stream chat. Lets people know how long you've been a member. You can also support us on Patreon, get access to episodes early in audio format, downloadable, for as little as $1 a month or $10 a year. At higher levels, you can access topic polls, listen to show live, etc. Our topics for Teach Me, I've got a Teach Me set up where we're competing between talking about Sion and Melty Blood and talking about Mage Families. Very close. I thought Mage Families was actually going to take the lead, but now it's like 48 to 51. So if you support us on Patreon now, you could swing that vote. It's possible. Believe in democracy. Vote with your wallet.
Oh, on that subject, actually, I did want to bring this up because I brought this up with you in the pre-show, but I'm going to let everyone out here. Guys, let us know what you might think about a Teach Me Mega Sensei on the Aozaki sisters. Because someone did actually bring this up about last episode that we most spoke when we were talking about Toko. Aozaki being the one who gave Shiki his glasses. No, that was Aoko, her sister. But yes. I actually
Toko made the glasses, which is where the confusion was.
Yes, Toko made the glasses, and because I went on a deep lore dive, I just realized that the Aozaki sisters are actually kind of fucking nuts and kind of nuts and wild. Not because of necessarily who they are, but just on like actually how much relevance they actually have had on almost all of the Nossoverse.
Yeah. They're very important characters. And that, I think, fits with some of our themes, like talking about non-core FGO or even Fate Stay Night characters and explaining, hey, who's this character? Where are they from? Why are they important? Yeah. Oh shit, they're from everything? Whoops. So, if you guys are interested in that, I can definitely add that to the list of polls for whatever doesn't win this week's poll. Check that out as well. And also, I will throw this out there, obviously we do also have access to plenty of fun little features. YouTube now has access to the Super Thanks feature as well as Super Chat, so if you're just watching a video and, you're leaving a shout out like, hey, love what you do, you can, throw us like a buck or two if you feel like it. You don't have to, get into a commitment with like a channel membership or a Patreon if you just like, the tip jar or whatever. We're not going to force you to pay any money, but we'd appreciate it. I need to buy an x-ray machine now. The deepest lore. The quest for Lucky's bones. But I think that will be all the things on the show for the weeks. So I am comfortable with winding the show down and ending it. How about you, Lucky?
I am good. I got basically what I wanted to say, and I'm almost done with this fucking sticker.
Hey.
I just have to redraw the Terror Rabbit because I didn't like the lines.
That often happens. All right. Well, we just crossed in the raw audio the 2.5 hour mark, so that's as good a milestone as any. We will see you guys next week for more Let's Talk FGO. Make sure to, for the love of God, watch What's Up, or I'll, I think this always works for Philip DeFranco. Watch What's Up, or I'm gonna punch you in the throat.
We gotta come up with our own, though.
Yeah, I gotta think of something. I mean, I did say earlier my thing about the old dick twist, but that seems very personal and intimate, and also doesn't work for people who don't have dicks. Everybody's got a throat. We'll workshop it. Anyway, watch What's Up. Check out our Monday streams. Still streaming some Kena Bridge of Spirits. If you missed last week's stream, that VOD's up there forever as well. Watch Progression if you want more of me, Funny Haha, and the Funny Haha boys. The Grem Lads, whatever we call ourselves. And, that's it. Bye-bye now.
Bye.